You have to do at least the first 40 minutes of the pod in the accent. In Scooby's iconic New Jersey accent.
I will lose that. I'll lose my voice in 10 minutes.
It's okay. Look at how you have me dressed. Mm-hmm. You can't not do the bit at least a little. I'm going to dox you if you don't do the bit.
Oh, man. Fuck, I don't have your address memorized.
Good.
I can't dox you.
Yeah.
Is this cold open? No.
I don't even get a hood.
Yeah, no, you have ears. Don't even.
I have ears and a collar.
You have ears and a collar.
You want to know how...
You look like the goodest boy.
You want to know how tired and water deprived and hot this dress makes me?
Yep.
I almost took a sip of the mic just now. I almost literally went...
We gotta get you a straw. We gotta get you a hot girl straw, so you don't get lipstick on the side of it. Your little. That'd be good.
Yeah, that was a hot girl noise.
Danny,
you fucking snarl.
People are absolutely gonna draw this. There's actually already people in our live chat saying they're gonna draw this.
That's so fair. The choker is diabolical. This the whole thing?
Yeah, that's actually so. For context here, for those of you not currently watching us, Danny and me are both dressed up as Scooby Doo, and this isn't actually something that I planned. I completely forgot we had the conversation where both of us were going to go as Scooby Doo for Halloween. So I was at Spirit Halloween the other day, not sponsored. Not that they need it. I mean, they're everywhere, and also I don't know if they would pay anybody to sponsor them.
Also, just look at these fits.
And so I was like, oh, what would be a good costume for me and Dorothy? So I found a male Scooby Doo one piece. And then I found a female Scooby Debra? Scooby Deborah? Scooby Deborah. And so I was like, oh, babe, we're both going to go Scooby Doo. And
Scoochie Deborah.
Yeah, and it just so happens that Danny and Dorothy are the exact same size. So it works out, and he slithered on into her dress, and now he's looking like Scooby Deborah.
Yeah, I've never felt hairier in my life.
Well, unfortunately, I mean, the live can see your legs.
Yeah. Now listen,
but nobody else can.
I've allowed you to go this far without doing the Scooby-Doo voice. The next 5 minutes has to be Scooby-Doo. Otherwise, I dox you. Introduce yourself.
So, Randy, I was thinking. Is it all hard?
This is such a punishment for everyone else.
I used to have this. If people spent a certain amount of bits on Twitch, I used to do this thing where I would have to sing everything I said for the next 5 minutes. And so people would spend like 500 bits, and I'd be like, oh, I hate the guy who just killed me in COD. And I was like, this is bad. This is bad for everybody.
It's fun.
Yeah, no, I hated being a Twitch streamer. But Danny, now that we've gotten the fact that we're both dressed up...
Who's Granny? You can only do it loud.
I don't think it's only...
Who's Danny?
No, I think he can talk regular until he says an L.
I don't think so. He says Relma, doesn't he?
No, but he says...
And Raffney.
Does he?
Yeah, he says Raggy. That's for damn sure.
For sure says Raggy.
Yeah.
But that's Shay. Fuck, he does.
Red? He doesn't say Fred's name.
Does he say...
Chat, confirm how many R's we got.
Yeah.
What's the RPM here?
That was good. That was good. That was really good. I like that a lot.
That's classic Scooby Deborah for you.
Yeah, listen, we'll have chat. We'll do a live vote right now if they want us to do the rest of the podcast with a bunch of hard R's at the beginning of every word.
S's and L's.
S's and L's?
Is that what he says, or is that not what he says? If whoever first one to give me a correct answer, I'm gonna keep raising the skirt until we get a correct answer.
They're never gonna give us a correct answer, Danny.
Keep lower
You're not incentivizing them.
Here, the skirt's gonna get lower the longer we go without a correct answer.
Oh, there we go. There we go. But before we go any further with those two handsome fellas, let's first talk about one of the sponsors of today's episode. ZocDoc. Listen, in life, there's some things that are absolutely allowed to be a total crapshoot. In fact, it's the way that me and Danny approach the majority of the episodes of this show. Because life gives us the freedom to be flexible in the things that may not matter all that much, like deciding to add a new kind of milk to your coffee, or rolling the dice on a new kind of workout class, or even maybe trying to go to that after party that you were invited to. But here's the thing. Finding the right doctor should not be a crapshoot. And with ZocDoc, it doesn't have to be. Because with ZocDoc, you got more options than you even know. See, ZocDoc is a free website and app that allows for you to compare high-quality in-network doctors to each other, allowing you to choose the right one for your needs and instantly make a booking with them. We're talking in-network appointments with more than 100,000 healthcare providers across every specialty, all the way from dental care to mental care. ZocDoc allows for you to apply filters to the doctors in their network to find out which ones take your insurance, who's a good fit for you, and who's close by. And once you find the right doctor for you, you can see their actual appointment windows, and with one click, book an appointment. On top of this, ZocDoc appointments happen quickly, with most occurring in under 72 hours from booking. But ZocDoc prides itself on the fact that many people are able to book same-day appointments. I know when I came to Los Angeles and no longer had a primary doctor, it was ZocDoc that allowed me to connect with one easily. So go to ZocDoc.com/otaku, that's ZocDoc.com/otaku, to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. 100. Did you just bark at me? Just fucking bark at me? I was trying to gas up our chat there. All right, so now to our actual cold opening.
Roll, Rick.
We're gonna go to Sumikon, Rustin Rebird, and Riddy.
I can't wait to see how you do this cold open as Scooby. Let's go. Let's see you drop this actual sensitive news as Scoober Doober.
The Ross Blake community is in disrepair.
Say rambles.
Rambles would have been good. God damn it. For those of you who don't know, me and Danny are anime creators. And in the anime creator space, there's basically two kinds of content. Mm-hmm. There's three kinds of content. There's informational, reactions,
and
racist. Cosplay. Yeah, it's like really bad. And so we're friends with a lot of cosplayers. A lot of our friends like Stella and Maggie and Evelyn, and so many of our friends are cosplayers. And the cosplay community is incredibly loving and very very focused on making sure everyone feels comfortable, because everyone's there trying to express the stuff that they wanted to express their entire life in a situation and a safe space that is conducive to them enjoying themselves. And then there's Whole Wheat Pete, who for those of you who don't know Whole Wheat Pete, he is a cosplayer. He does a lot of skits. And he's been known around the cosplay and con space for a long time to basically just be a disruptive force. Whether he is literally sprinting around cons, knocking people over, cutting people in lines, jumping into bushes, just making just the con experience in general disruptive, that's always been something that he's gone for. Mm. But for those of you who don't know, he's finally decided to go way beyond the pale. Because for those of you who haven't been kept up to date on the P. Diddy stuff, fair, I guess. My God.
So fair.
My God, there's so much stuff going on Earth, and like P. Diddy, bad guy, cool, go to jail. Like that's it. That's all I need to know.
It's so fair not to be caught up on P. Diddy.
Yeah. There's like 8 different anime coming out this season.
What songs has he done?
He's a producer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
He used to be on a thing called Death Row Records with Tupac. Other way around. He's the guy who got Tupac killed because he was on Biggie's record company on the East Coast, and then he's produced a lot of music like over time. I don't know if I think he's rapped in a couple of songs, but he's like a high-powered producer in the music industry. And so he did a bunch of these things called freak-offs, where he would invite a bunch of people over, and it would just be like these giant, basically non-consensual, drug-fueled like orgies. And it was revealed that Justin Bieber started hanging around P. Diddy when he was 15 years old, and that the music industry didn't shield him from like what was essentially a system that was trying to sexualize him and assault him like a minor. Yeah. And so he's made multiple statements and multiple songs about how the music industry didn't protect him, and how that's led to like suicidal ideation, and like how he has then committed a lot of his effort as somebody who's now like in his 30s, like talking about protecting minors who are coming into the music industry space. Oh, wow. And so something that he's talked about is the hyper-sexualized, when she was a minor, Billie Eilish. And he said that like he is going to try and like shield Billie Eilish like from the sexualization of the music industry that he experienced. And so he just recently, as in like a couple of days ago, came out about the fact that he was like, he went through like a hellish experience with P. Diddy. He was like stuck with P. Diddy for 48 hours as a 15-year-old. And he went through this hellish experience with like a 35, 40-year-old at the time. And Whole Wheat Pete decided, along with another cosplayer by the name of D. Pity, to go to Sumikon this last weekend, cosplayed.
What a ironic and fitting name.
Yeah. What, D. Pity or Sumikon?
Sumikon.
Yeah. So he decided to go to Sumikon dressed as Justin Bieber and P. Diddy.
Yeah.
16-year-old Justin Bieber, by the way. He very much...
Yeah, Whole Wheat Pete was 16-year-old Justin Bieber, and the other dude, D. Pity, who's
Asian, mind you.
Was in technical blackface.
Yes.
Like, definitely...
Wore a stocking over his face and a cutout of P. Diddy's face over it.
Yeah, wore like a full body stocking that like darkened their skin. It was a weird like loophole to blackface.
Walked around with like baby oil and was like, yeah, this is Justin Bieber. We're going to the freak off.
Yeah.
There was like pouring like baby oil all over whole wheat Pete the entire time. And so to those of you who are thinking like, oh, you know, like there's people cosplaying as P. Diddy nowadays. Like he's like in the news. And it's like, okay.
Dude, it's so easy not to cosplay as P. Diddy.
Yeah, there's so many options.
Scooby.
Yeah.
Be Scooby instead.
Non-controversial figure, Scoobert the Doober.
It always hits as long as he's not frisking people.
Yeah.
As long as Scooby's
As long as he's not looking for the
profiling. As long as Scooby isn't profiling, it's fairly unoffensive.
Yeah. Don't talk about Scooby's brother who works as a police dog, but you know, outside of that, you're fine.
Yeah.
So, anyways, they decided to go. They made a bunch of skits that Whole Wheat Pete posted on his story and all that, like very much poking fun at it. He's running around the con, being like, oh, like handing out money, being like, we're going to the freak off, and then he's like yelling at people, I gotta protect Billie Eilish, a bunch of shit like this. Very much displaying the fact that he has read the article and then therefore willingly made a cut. Because here's the thing, kind of like cheating, there's so many steps that you don't accidentally cheat. Right. You're just like, oh, I don't know, I just woke up and my dick was in another woman. No, you have to he had to read that article, and then him and D. Pitty had to sit down and order individual pieces for a cosplay. A wig, the jacket, the hat, the baby oil, the suit, they had to cut out a piece of fucking B. Titty's face, and then they had to put a black morph suit on, essentially.
You know how hard it is to get me to print literally anything, let alone to cut it out and do an art and
string
craft?
It around my fucking face.
The effort
insane.
It takes.
And then they decided that with those cosplays, they were going to walk around in the most widely recognizable place they could do it, a fucking convention.
Yeah. We also just got to stop cosplaying real people who are not only have ever existed, but are still alive and exist. Like cosplaying 16-year-old Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
In any capacity is
weird.
Whack.
It's very weird.
Yeah, I never have dug the idea of cosplaying a real person as I mentally go back and make sure I've never done that.
I cosplayed a ninja once. They were real.
Yeah.
I was a ninja for my 7th. I was a 7-year-old. My 7-year-old Halloween, I was a ninja. I was a boxer the year before. Those exist.
I was a pimp when I was 14.
Oh, hell yeah, baby. That's sick as hell.
I had the big purple coat and everything. It was weird
and
people bought, sold that to
motherfuckers. You were just like...
I was like, candy, bitch.
Yeah. Give me that. Put it in the bag.
But, and then I
love the idea of you walking around rural Connecticut as the local pimp.
But, yeah, it's just so weird to, take someone's actual real life trauma that they're probably still dealing with because most people are like, Justin's so rich and famous, get over it, baby. Yeah. And then to dress up as that and do bits fuck off forever.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, Raggy. That was I think it's because I'm losing my voice.
Yeah, you're getting better.
I think
I will remind you, I am Scooby Deborah, though. Do not call me Raggy.
I'm sorry. You remind me of my Rex. Yeah, that was good.
What a bitch! Just Scoob on on a therapist's couch smoking a cigarette.
Raggy took the rinse.
I roasted all. Raggy took it all.
I roasted the rouse.
Roast the rouse.
Oh,
God, it is a lot to decipher.
It's fucking impossible.
I roast the rouse, Fred.
This is the one time Scooby's ever had a conversation with Fred. He's fucking psychiatrist.
Fred, the whole time, Fred's just like, I gotta be honest, I didn't know you could talk.
I've been pounding out Velma in back rooms. I've been hitting 3-ways with her and Daphne. Why have we not just become a traveling carnival act?
Fred's just like, I gotta be honest, Scoob, I'm on a lot of coke right now. Are you talking?
Are you fucking real?
Yeah, Scoob, you have to be straight with me right now. Are you talking? Please. I fear...
Scoob, I'm kind of starting to freak out here, bud. Yeah. I'm starting to... This is not good for me.
I'll be honest, if the answer's no, it's worse than a yes, because it'll mean I'm going mad. Scoob, are you talking?
My heart rate's 120, Scooby. I gotta plan a trap to calm down. I got a trap right now.
Scoob, you know CPR, right? Yeah. we made sure you knew CPR. Scoob, hold my hand, Scoob. Please hold my hand, Scoob.
Stop being a rich. I can't fucking do it.
It's just R's.
It's just R's. Oh,
You keep
God.
putting the R after the first letter. You called him a britch.
A bridge. Yeah. Being a bridge. Fred. Double R, Fred.
Fred.
Fred. All right. Anyways, Holy Pete, fuck off forever. D Pity, fuck off forever.
Yeah.
Oh, also, don't be mean to the people that made videos with Holy Pete. I've literally DM'd all of them. They're all taking everything down. That includes Meggie, Stella Chu, Danny Phantom. Anybody who's ever made content with him, they all know and have disavowed everything that he's doing.
He started to say my name, and I was like, I haven't taken down shit.
Yeah, it's staying up, baby.
I don't know this guy.
I'm doubling down. Yeah. I'm going wholer wheat. I'm going white bread Pete. So don't make this into a witch hunt. A lot of the people who make content with him, I mean, yeah, he's been annoying forever, but that's just, content. And so all of them have disavowed, and they're gonna post like forever, or they're gonna just do stories. And why are you trying to eat your collar?
I'm doing a sexy thing.
Yeah, it's real sexy watching you try to. The double chin is not. It's not working for me.
Watch yourself.
It's Danny. You weigh 128 pounds. Okay, it's just you. Anybody can get a double chin if you try. I can't, but it's fine.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fine. No, I'm kidding.
It's my Italian genes.
I
I start frogging out beneath the chin.
Look. It's the longest my beard's been in a long time. It actually looks really good. I'm actually very proud of it. Well, I'm going to steal you from those two handsome devils here for another second to talk about another sponsor of today's episode, HelloFresh. See, HelloFresh understands that fall is the tastiest season of all. Or at least it can be if you sign up with HelloFresh and start getting fresh ingredients straight from farms delivered to your door weekly. Dive into sweater season with HelloFresh's autumn curated recipes. Because HelloFresh understands it's getting dark and cold outside. So they want you to be whipping up restaurant quality dishes for less than the cost of takeout and faster than delivery can get to your door. See, I personally have used HelloFresh for 7 years. Yes, that's right. I started when I was 21 years old, and genuinely, it was one of the greatest decisions of my life. Not only did HelloFresh allow for me to lose 50 pounds in college, but it also taught me all the skills that I currently know about cooking. Yes, that's right. Outside of the convenience, not having to go to the grocery store, the less waste, and all the other great things that come along with being a HelloFresh user, it teaches you how to cook. And listen, if Danny genuinely wants to cook me in the ring, he better learn how to start cooking in the kitchen first, if you ask me. So what are you waiting for? Get 10 free meals at HelloFresh.com/Otakus today. This is applied over the course of 7 boxes, is only for new subscribers, and varies by plan. That's 10 free HelloFresh meals simply by going to HelloFresh.com/Otakus today. All right, so me and Danny usually start the podcast with talking about anime and all of that. Today we're not going to do that because it's our Halloween special, and because we're both dressed up as Scooby Doo, we are going to play a game that we've had in the barrel for a while here.
How about first off, so one of our lovely listeners made this game. Mm-hmm. I don't know who.
Okay.
But someone did, and what's
they
funny...
know who they are.
What's funny is they were watching videos of me while making it.
Nice.
Or Stank was, at least, actually.
Okay.
Well, somebody was. But anyway, so the game... The game we're playing today is Scooby Doo or Dictator.
Just the dictator cutting through. Oh, that's great.
I have runny quotes.
How many?
Runny?
Renty?
It's tough when it mixes with a New England accent.
Yeah, it's very tough.
I'm Scooby Deborah.
Yeah.
I have 20 quotes from either Scooby Doo, the animated series, or world leaders of history.
Okay. Well, dictators of history.
Dictators.
Yeah.
You're going to have to guess which is which.
I have to.
I think I'll host.
We're not playing it together.
I think I'll host.
Okay.
Because that worked last time.
Okay.
That just seems like it makes the most sense.
So 20. What do I gotta get? 15?
Yeah.
We're putting homework on it?
Sure.
I don't know if I have homework for you. Have you finished Freerin?
Nope.
You're a monster.
Give me a different thing, though.
I've given you season 1 and 2 as homework.
You keep giving me Freerin, and I keep watching some, and then we come back and we don't talk about it because we have too much to talk about.
That's fair.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of the YouTube clips, I'm going to redo the intro, and then we'll get right into it.
Okay.
All right, so today we're playing Scooby Doo or World Leader. I think Dictator specifically. Mm-hmm. I have here 20 quotes from either the show Scooby Doo or a horrible, horrible person throughout history.
Nice, baby.
You have to guess, as Scooby Doo, which one was said by the show or by the world leader, and I, as Scooby Deborah, will be asking questions.
I think when it comes into German or Italian, I'm going to have some real good guesses as who it is, unless there's like a German or like Russian or Italian translation of Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I don't know how explicit these get, but if the Jews come up, you'll have a good
like
hint.
that right there?
Yeah, that's Scrappy.
Scooby. Yeah, that is Scrappy. Scrappy would be anti-Semitic.
Yeah. Are you ready to play?
100%.
Okay, first one. Fear doesn't make you a wimp. It makes you human. I don't know. Should I be delivering these all as Scoob?
I please do not.
Okay.
For me specifically, fear doesn't make no dictator would say wimp. I'm gonna like no dictator. No, Mussolini wouldn't be up there and use the word wimp.
He wouldn't say weenie.
Yeah. No, you like don't be a nerd, you fucking losers. Go fucking invade. Go invade Austria.
Yeah, Genghis Khan's just like fear makes you a weenie.
Yeah. He's get on that horse, bitch. I'm going Scooby Doo there.
Okay, for bonus points, do you want to guess who?
What are bonus points getting me?
I don't know, an extra point.
I'm gonna go with Shaggy.
It was Fred.
God damn.
Okay.
Fred's not afraid of anything. He's built like an Iowa linebacker.
Are you ready for a true and utter curveball?
Yep.
Those are all white people.
Scooby-Doo did start in the 70s. Like that. This is literally what we were talking about at the beginning of the pod. You're
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
We're white people.
We got no Rustbecks.
Race Rose.
Guess we got a Reeve. Oh, I'm figuring it out now. For those of you who are not understanding, me and Danny were doing a bit earlier where we're like, what if Scooby-Doo was incredibly racist?
What if he profiled?
Yeah, what if he was just profiling all of the possible people?
They're just like, well, do we think it's Mr. Smith? And Scooby's like, it's not him. He's a law-abiding citizen. It's not him.
It was like, how do you know that?
Yeah.
Just move on.
It's not
Not Mr. Smith. Those are all white people. Oh, man. I feel like this is supposed to throw me off the scent here. I'm going to go Scooby-Doo again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a guess who?
Velma.
It was Velma!
Oh, let's fucking go!
I don't know why. I don't know.
I really would have loved the context.
Like, Shaggy's, they just have a line of suspects and they're like, all right, these are our suspects. And Velma's like, they're all white people. It's Velma. Velma's the racist. This can't be right. Fred's just like, whoa!
Yeah, fucking pump the brakes. Velma, you're wearing an orange turtleneck. What are you doing?
Velma's like, what? You agree with me, right, Shaggy? He's like, no one agrees with you. This is real uncool, Velma.
That's back of the van talk, Velms. Jesus.
All right. The Pope. How many divisions has he got?
The Pope? How many divisions?
No, listen, my initial reaction, I don't know what the answer is. I haven't opened it. My initial reaction was like, there's no way they're talking about the Pope. But I will remind you, Scooby-Doo has met John Cena, Kiss,
I think
every
they've met the
president.
Pope.
Every president.
I think you tell me George W. Bush has been in Scooby-Doo?
There's a George W. Bush.
That's
George W. Bush is not. It's not it.
That's the natural progression from Donald grab him by the pussy Trump. That is
George W. Bush.
George W. Bush. Dude, even in the George W. Bush accent too, it makes it all the better. The Pope, how many divisions he's got? That's a dictator, and by dictator, I mean that's got to be Donald Trump.
Stalin.
Fuck, but I'm right. So.
Oh yeah, you're 3 for 3.
Okay.
I trust no one, not even myself.
A dictator wouldn't say that.
I actually know this one.
A dictator wouldn't say that.
Oh wait, I don't know this one. I was wrong.
That would be a weak. That'd be But a dictator would be like,
he's not like other dictators.
I don't trust you because I don't even trust me. Fuck, that would be something a dictator would say. I'm gonna go with a dictator on that one.
Yep.
Ooh. Should I guess?
Sure.
Hitler.
Stalin.
Another Stalin.
Yeah.
Man's putting out hits.
I'll be honest, this game may just be Scooby Doo or Stalin.
Really? Just the most quotes of all time.
Yeah, it's entirely the closest man we have to a Scooby Doo character in history.
Yeah, with that fucking mustache.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. No need to freak out and try killing all of humanity. I'm torn on this one.
Nobody, a dictator wouldn't say freak out.
I was thinking that
Right,
too.
Scooby Doo.
Yeah, you want to guess who?
That's Shaggy.
Yeah.
Let's go.
If you put a like in front of that, it's classic shit.
Yeah, exactly. He's always talking about freaking out.
Great liars are also great magicians. This one's tough.
That one is tough.
A dictator would say magician.
A dictator would say magician.
Because that could be a translation thing, too.
But also because, like, a lot of Russian dictators had, like, what's the guy who got shot and stabbed and poisoned? The Russian dude with a huge
Socrates.
dick. Nope, not Socrates. The guy with a huge dick. The Russian dude with a huge dick who was a magician.
Socrates.
Socrates and his giant cock. Yes. I'm going to go dictator here.
It is... Yep, guess who?
Stalin.
Hitler.
Fuck! What magic was going on in Nazi Germany? The magic of meth? Of the soldier meth? Oh, the Nazis were on so much meth.
Were they?
Yeah, so much meth. Like most people in World War II were on meth.
Whoa.
They'd fight for days.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's hype. My first toy was a garbage disposal. These are pretty good.
Now, here's the thing. Dictators, thing of the past. Also, dictators from, like...
Trump is included in
Trump's included. His first toy wouldn't be a garbage disposal.
Yeah, it was a wad of cash.
Yeah, it was a $1 million investment from his father. I'm going Scooby Doo.
Okay, guess who? You're killing it.
Fred?
Shaggy.
Fuck.
You have such a low, value of Fred.
I really do. He's useless.
You have such a low opinion of Fred.
He's useless. His traps never work.
All right. I do not want to see her anymore.
And I feel like nobody they would say don't in Scooby Doo. I'm going to go with world leader, dictator.
These are crazy, assumptions you're making.
Oh, they've been accurate.
You're right. Who?
Trump.
Hitler.
Fuck. Who's he talking about?
I don't know.
I want the context.
I know. We need the context. I need, 6 pages of context.
Yeah.
Just copy and paste, the book it's from.
Yeah, like talking about his wife or something.
I wanted to become a painter.
I mean, I know Hitler wanted to become a painter, but that feels too obvious.
Yeah, is that the red herring?
Is that the red herring here? I'm going to go with Scooby Doo.
It's Hitler.
Fuck!
Yeah.
Oh, I talked myself out of it.
Damn, I should have asked who you thought it was. So that I could be like, it's not Scooby, it's Hitler.
Yeah, same thing. All right, so that's my first thing wrong. So I have 4 more to get wrong.
Okay. Makes it nostalgic for the homicidal creatures, doesn't it?
That's got to be.
Would they say homicidal in Scooby?
In Scooby Doo? Yes, they would. They would. It's in Mystery Team or what's the Mystery Squad? What's the one where they're teenagers?
Mystery Inc?
Yeah, Mystery
They're
Inc.
always teenagers.
Well, I know.
They're only babies once.
That's the most adult out of all of them. I'm going to go with Scooby Doo.
Okay. Yeah, it's Velma.
Let's go.
If you want a thing done well, do it yourself.
That's got to be Scooby Doo.
Yeah?
That's got to be Scooby Doo.
It's Napoleon Bonaparte.
God damn it. God. And he didn't do it well. He invaded Russia in the wintertime.
I know. What a bozo. What an absolute bozo.
What an absolute idiot.
What a bozapart. Napoleon Bozonapart.
Bonehead apart?
Yeah, bonehead apart.
Bozo apart is pretty good.
Yeah.
Bozo apart's pretty good. I got what you were getting at.
Part. Bonafart.
Oh, Napoleon Bonaparte. Take that, loser.
Yeah.
Remember when they kept exiling him to a tropical island and then he would come back?
He was like, that was sick.
Yeah, he was like, oh my God, please.
Like,
I'm going to fuck around way harder
You ever
this time.
see that video of a guy sitting floating in a swimming pool and a duck swims up to him and he picks it up and throws it away and the duck comes back and then turns around and get thrown again?
Yeah.
That's Napoleon.
Yeah, just please send me to an even better island.
Yeah, he's like, I love it. This is hype. Okay. I don't know if I could say this one.
Oh no, it's the N-word. And you're like, oh boy. Scoob?
Yes, Scoob. A nation of spaghetti eaters.
Oh, who cares? Oh, you afraid to piss off the Italians?
My own people.
Those are the one people we're allowed to be racist towards in 2024. We're allowed to be mean to the Italians.
And the Irish.
That's
those
fair.
potato sucking.
Those also Tesla robots.
Yeah, clankers.
Yeah, dude.
Those dirty clankers.
Those I saw tin skins.
Tin skins. That was so hard.
Tin skins is fucking crazy.
Wow,
A nation of spaghetti eaters has got to be a dictator.
Let's see. I'm also leaning towards that. Yeah, who? Hitler? It's Mussolini.
Oh, but they weren't allies. Mussolini. No, wait.
Isn't Mussolini Italian?
He was the dictator of Italy. He was what? Wait, what?
Was he like, we're a nation of spaghetti eaters?
He was talking about family values. He was talking about family values.
That's so funny. All right. We're not even waiting for the monster to find us anymore. I feel like that could be Churchill.
Man, once again, I feel like I'm going to talk myself into saying it's a dictator because, like, what? You know what? I'm gonna go simple here. I'm not gonna convince myself out of it. Scooby Doo.
Who do you think it is?
Daphne.
Shaggy.
Fuck.
Which part? The rampant commercialism or the pressure to identify oneself in the context of a socially acceptable couple? I'll read it again. Which part? The rampant commercialism or the pressure to identify oneself in the context of a socially acceptable couple?
That's got to be from like the new Velma show, right? That's like Shaggy walked in and he was like, I'm going to drop some like left-leaning lore on you,
Throwing in quotes from Velma would be truly nefarious.
Yeah, but also like a great way to mix up some like, is it a dictator? What dictator's talking about couples? Also
Hitler,
couples,
Eva Braun.
Oh yeah, but couples being what, socially acceptable? Come on,
that's fair.
Come on, that's Scooby Doo.
Yeah, it's Velma.
Yeah, okay, and it is Velma.
Yeah,
probably from the Velma show.
So you've gotten 3 wrong.
I've gotten 1 wrong. How dare you?
Not true. Not true.
What did I get wrong?
Like 3 of them.
I got chat. How many do I have wrong?
Let's see. 1, 3.
I don't have 3.
You have
wrong.
3 wrong.
Do I really?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
That was good. Stop.
I'm trying to swallow loudly. It's really hard to gulp.
Yeah.
But how did you? Oh.
To make a noise.
You don't even really.
The authenticity of the gulp doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm also being fucking choked.
Yeah, you like it. You like it. You can't keep giving the fan artist fucking content here,
I'm giving
Dan.
you what you want.
That's fair.
Impossible is a word to be found only in the dictionary of fools.
If that's a dictator, I'm riding on their side. Absolutely. Oh my God, dictator.
Okay, let's see. Who do you think it was?
I feel as though I backed myself into a corner here.
Whose side do you want to ride on?
Hillary Clinton.
Even that's an interesting answer. Napoleon Bonaparte.
Okay, that I can live with. Of all the dictators, I can live with that one. I can live with that one.
Calling Hillary Clinton a dictator was an interesting.
I don't know. She never got to a position of power. She got
you got a Pokemon Go to hell, my friend.
She Pokemon went away.
Yeah, boy did she.
Yeah.
I have to laugh at myself. Those 2 chickens tricked us. That's classic Hillary.
That's Chillery right there, baby.
That's Chillery go to the polls, Clinton.
Let's go with Scooby Doo.
Who do you think?
Velma.
Fred. Yeah. You're crushing, though.
I am absolutely. I'm cruising right now.
Did you know that nets have been used in hunting for over 30,000 years?
Yes, Fred. That's I'll just get ahead of it right now. That's Fred Mystery Inc. That's the easiest. That's a layup.
That is Fred.
Yeah.
Damn, I need more curves. Why should we bother to reply to blank? He would reply to us, and we would have to reply to his reply. There's no end to that. Sounds like Bernie Sanders.
That's a dictator. That's absolutely a dictator.
Who?
Is it like? Because that's Stalin?
It's Lenin.
Lenin.
Yeah.
Lenin. Wait, Lenin was never in charge.
I don't fucking know.
Was Lenin in charge?
This is Scooby Doo or Dictator.
Was Lenin ever in charge? What? I don't know his whole name.
He must have been.
I'm looking
Isn't
up
Leningrad like a place because of him?
Vladimir Lenin, former chairman of the Council of People's Commissar of the Russian Soviet Federative Socialist Socialist Republic. Holy fucking shit, that is a lot. But yes, I guess he was. He was the chairman of the Council of People's Commissar of the Russian Soviet Federative Socialist Republic.
Hot dog.
Yeah.
You ready? 2 left.
Okay.
So you need to get these.
No, I don't.
Yep.
I have 3 wrong.
Yes.
If I get both of those wrong, I have 5 wrong,
Yeah. So you lose.
which means I get 15 right.
Oh,
So I win.
you won.
I've won.
Want to keep going?
Yes.
Politics. That's adult stuff.
That's Scooby Doo.
Is it Scooby Doo or is it Trump talking to Greta Thunberg or whatever? It's like-
Just be like, all right, enough with your talking. Go back to your climates.
Scooby Doo?
Scooby Doo.
Yeah, it's Fred.
Of course it is.
That
of course
is-
it is.
it's very
Scooby Doo.
Fred-coded.
Notoriously politically neutral. Yeah, like listen, they're not using guns.
Scooby Doo's just a band of mercenaries.
Absolutely, baby. They're just out. They're not even getting paid.
They're guns for hire.
They're just raiding fridges. They're just transients.
I've never seen at the end of a Scooby Doo episode Velma's like handing an invoice to somebody. You know?
We've been here 3 days, all right? Yeah. They're like, yeah, you also ate all the food in my house.
Yeah, it's like, well, thanks, guys. Who would have thought a couple of teenagers get $30,000?
You know how many pairs of glasses I lost?
Yeah, I'm fucking crushing
These are
glass.
fucking Versace frames, bitch.
All right. It is better to live one day as a lion. I assume there's more than your life as a sheep.
Yeah,
like
that is a dictator, if ever there was one.
who?
Hitler.
Take one more guess.
Mussolini.
Yep.
Is it Mussolini?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, "Hey guys, we joined the war. We did a good job." And then Italy just got Italy was literally the first Axis power to get curb stomped.
That's great reasoning.
Yeah.
That from a man who was so briefly dipping his toes in
He was
horrible
like,
shit.
Yeah, he was like, "Wow, we're crushing it out here." And then America and every other country was like, "Oh, where should we attack from?" And they were like, "Oh, that fucking nation of spaghetti eaters. That fucking weak-willed nation of spaghetti eaters. Let's go kick down their door."
Do you think that quote was him being like people were like, "You should be hanged for your horrible crimes"? It's like, we're just a bunch of spaghetti eaters.
Country spaghetti eaters.
Yeah.
And boy, oh boy, did he get hanged
Yeah.
publicly in a square. And then he
Yeah.
got stabbed a bunch. It was not good.
In that order?
They killed his whole family.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think one of his daughters survived.
Wow.
And she's got kids in America right
He
now.
was like a crazy bad dude, right?
Mussolini?
Yeah.
One of the 3 powers of triumvirate of the Axis powers? Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, it was like him and Hitler.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't have concentration camps in Italy. They were just kind of like,
I was just eating spaghetti.
they were just co-signing. You know,
Yeah.
they were just like, it seems good to me.
Yeah.
It was like that. And then I don't know, what the emperor? No, the emperor wasn't in charge then for Japan. The fucking...
Hope everyone enjoys this history crash course by 2 dudes dressed as Scooby Doo.
Oh, dude, listen, if you're going to learn from anybody, it's guys who look like us, ladies and gentlemen.
Dude, can we do a sweat check every half hour?
I'm chilling.
What are you talking
I got a
about?
fan.
You fuck.
I got ball fan.
Dude, get that fan pointed directly up my
You
snatch
used
right
to do
now.
this all the
Give
time.
me-
You used to do back in the day when I would we would do the podcast in a hotter room. You would be like, I'd have a fan, and you'd be like, I'm gonna take that fan for a little bit, and then I would sweat.
I'm fucking dripping.
Denny, you don't have pants on.
It's hot. This is hugging me.
Oh, this is velvet, baby. This is velour. This is velour sweatpants.
Absolutely horrible.
Absolutely
Can I bring
fantastic.
something up before we talk about anime?
Yeah.
I was thinking on the drive here. I had such a funny memory. Do you remember that dude? He's a bald TikToker. And he's got a couple million followers. Big dude.
A lot of bald TikTokers. Is it the guy?
There's more.
Is it the guy who makes health content?
No.
Okay.
He makes he just is a classic yapper like us. Just talks about he's kind of inflammatory. Just talks about news and stuff. You'll remember because he at one point, I forget why he did it, but he was like, I'm just gonna shout out my 3 favorite TikTok creators. Number 1, so and such.
Bald Man News Network.
Yeah,
Yes.
something like that.
Yeah.
And then he was like, number 2, we got NC Hammer 23. I love this dude's content. He's great. He also runs a great podcast with I think his brother.
Yeah. Oh my God, I remember this. Yes. Yeah. He was like, he's one of my favorite content creators, and then he went on to very poorly describe my content. I was like, I don't know that I am, sir.
He was but I love him being he does some podcast about movies with his brother, this guy right here. And I was like, I've never been complimented by a dude who like has done such little research on me.
Yeah.
That'd be like if I was like, dude, yo, my 2 favorite actors in the whole wide world, Dylan Sprouse and his nephew Cole. They're the fucking best.
His godson Cole. Big fan of that guy.
It's just so funny to me. I was just thinking about that.
You were just, okay. You just bald man news
Just funny that
pops into your head.
just the time a dude was like, yeah, Nick and his brother making like fucking food content.
I thought you were talking about Roman. What was his fucking name? I met this kid Roman. Like he's like this massive TikToker. I guess like still is, but like not so much nowadays. Like he's got like 8 million followers on TikTok. And now he does like 10,000 views on his videos. But it's like mostly because he went on like a very public like manic bipolar stint and like started talking about like.
I remember that. And you were like, should I reach out?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know.
Well, so he recently got on like I literally stumbled upon his page the other day and I stumbled upon his video being like, oh, I was like going through a manic break. Like I thought it was like the CIA was trying to like tap into my brain.
Right.
And I was like, holy shit, like that's
intense.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So when I reached out to him and he was like, yeah, man, I'm just enjoying life talking about energies. And I was like, okay. All right, I'll leave.
I'm just over here being Scoob.
Yeah, I'm gonna be my Scoobiest.
Major spoilers for Orb on the movements of Earth in this section. I'll put a timestamp on screen to skip to the next one.
So what should we talk about first here, anime wise?
I don't know. I didn't watch Orb this week. I just ran out of time. Did you watch Orb?
You made me watch Orb.
Yeah, but I watched all of Blue Lock.
Oh wow, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Wow, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Probably the best episode of Blue Lock, honestly.
This was the best episode this season. Should we
It's
talk
also
about
the best
it?
episode of Orb.
Fuck, I love Orb.
They introduced. It's so fine. It's so incredibly 5 out of 10. It hurts.
Yeah. Did Mars get a new transformation and they found it has like another moon or something?
Keep fucking finding this stone box. If I have to go to this stone box one more time, I'm gonna blow my goddamn brains
Got all
out.
the knowledge.
Dude, how does everyone find a stone? Yeah, let's talk about Orb.
Okay.
Danny. Let's talk about Orb.
Yeah.
Real quick. The whole episode revolves around just a new hand has touched the
Revolves. Zing.
Zing indeed. It's like literally the meme of like a new hand has touched the orb kind of thing. Because every single time it's this fucking circular wooden necklace that they're just like, oh, well, I'm going to use this incredibly ambiguous 3-dot necklace to identify a 2x2 fucking stone block in the middle of a mountain woods.
People are smart. People were smart back
They're
then.
like, there's a mountain there, and there's a mountain there, and then in between there's a star, and then they just draw a line straight down from the star into the mountain. How do you know the Z? How do you know the fucking Z-axis?
You don't like this show about a bunch of astronomy nerds just forming a club and having a good time with it?
And then just dying, and then
Yeah,
just
and then they
fucking
die.
dying
Yeah.
every time. No. It's so, and then there was supposed to be a fight this episode, and then the guy ran, and then there was no fight, and I don't get how, if you gave me 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And modern technology to find that fucking box, I wouldn't find it. I would not find it. There's just no way. And people are just stumbling upon it. It's mind you, it's covered in dirt and leaves and fucking vines, and everyone's just like, oh, there it is.
There it is.
There it is, the obscure thing we were looking. That must be it. God, I hate this.
They have nothing else to do. They truly have nothing else to do.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Okay.
There's a couple of good moments in this episode.
Okay.
There's a cool kick. When you watch it, you'll know what the good kick is.
You watching Orb for the fights is so infuriating.
No, well, okay, but it's not a fight kick.
Okay.
It's a well placed, it's a really hype moment that revolves around a kick. And then there's a guy who can't swim. But then they've released the reason. I was like, this is a pretty good episode because they revealed a guy whose character design sick as fuck.
Yeah.
He's a monk, but he looks like he belongs in Blue Lagoon, not Blue Lagoon.
Black Lagoon.
Black Lagoon. Like he literally looks like a part of fucking Revy's like crew. He looks sick as hell. He's literally pushing the bounds on the idea that you can't look cool with the top of your head shaved.
Yeah.
Like this guy looks like a side character in Vinland Saga.
Wow.
He looks dope as fuck.
This show has such Vinland Saga energy, and I felt that with like the Inquisitor. Mm-hmm. He's so like kind of Askeladd coded.
Yeah.
That's all.
I mean, it'd be like Vinland Saga if it wasn't interesting and the animation was bad. But you didn't watch it, so we don't have to talk about it. Cool. Let's talk about Dandadan.
Okay, Dandadan.
talk about
Which episode? What happened?
4.
The
The first one I reacted to
Nice.
Watch my reaction.
That's a great time to dive in. No, I don't want your 47-minute long reaction.
It's not 47 minutes. Is it 47 minutes long?
It's really long.
It was really long. We're working on the editing process here.
How'd it go? I would have watched it if I'd released mine already. But I was like,
You don't want me to want me to influence your jokes?
no, I've already like recorded it, but I would have been terrified to find that you made the same jokes, and I'd stress about it.
So it's 21 minutes long.
Oh, your
My
Naruto
one
Your
is
Naruto
47.
one's
It's
long,
2
though.
episodes.
Yeah. I like how your Naruto one, the headline is like, Konohamaru's always sucked. I saw that and I was like, man, I wouldn't have thought of that. Like, that must be some inside joke with your page.
Oh, it's just Konohamaru is just he's just useless.
Yeah, he blows.
He's just a useless entity. For those of you who don't know, I don't know. I'm doing reactions. That's,
Now you know.
Now you know. Yeah, that's it.
Nick has copped my style.
Yeah, I have.
So hard that he called me beforehand and was like, can I do reactions?
I do reaction.
I
didn't want you to
went,
feel like
what?
That's me. I'm Daniel Reaction Motta.
There we go.
I always want to. You got to change your middle name to D. Daniel D Motta is just
Daniel D.
I
Motta.
just love Daniel D Motta.
It's just not my name. It's just not my name.
I know, but your
No, I
middle
got
name
the
is
will of that
stupid.
D.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
there you go. Don't
Yeah.
you pull that thing out on me.
I'll pull that thing out.
Don't you pull that little. You got no girth.
My little corkscrew duck dick.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, you're gonna shoot it out, dude. The ways that ducks have sex is crazy.
The way that ducks don't have consensual
Yeah, it's
sex
not even. Yeah,
ever.
I was like, not even sex.
Yeah, they anchor into
No.
a woman.
Yeah, that's what I do. I just get in there
They drill-
and I shoot my spikes out like a tornado truck.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Anyway, Dandadan.
Dandadan.
Nick reacted to it. How'd it go? People like the video?
Views-wise, it didn't do well, but I mean, it's like my first ever reaction video.
It looked like the Naruto one did, though.
I haven't looked.
Oh, it's looking like it's doing well.
For my own mental health, I haven't been looking at my views recently.
That's healthy.
Yeah. And so, but the comments overwhelmingly positive, so we're gonna keep doing it.
Except
What?
the comments that are like, yo, stop talking over the show.
Dude, no, yeah, dude. So we've officially, and that's how I know I've made it.
Yeah,
that's how I know I've made it.
In your inaugural video, you're already getting that.
People
That's
I'm
awesome.
catching yapper allegations. Listen, 3 jokes a minute, baby. That's my cadence. That's my cadence. I literally was like halfway through my notes, and then I called Danny. And I was like, "How many jokes you write?" And he was like, "About 3 a minute." And I'm like, "Cool, it's exactly what I'm doing."
I was like, I got a JPM of about 3.
yeah. You're like, listen, 4 too much.
Yeah.
4 that's yapper. 3.
Yeah.
Because when I'm sitting there and just watching a show for 30 seconds, I'm like, people are hating this. I'm like,
That's why I hate streaming. It's
Yeah.
so stressful to just sit there and watch a game or whatever play out, and you're like, I think people are here for me.
yeah,
like,
like people aren't here to watch like this anime that they could get anywhere else.
you'd think.
Yeah, but
apparently not.
boy, are they just trying to
Yeah.
bootleg Naruto, the most easily bootleggable anime in existence.
But so anyway, Dandadan.
Dandadan.
What'd you think? And explain what happened this episode.
So
episode
this is the
4.
episode that revolves around the race with Turbo Granny.
Yeah.
And so the episode starts with them going in the tunnel, and like Turbo Granny reveals her big old where the wild things are face.
Yeah.
Like just literally looking like a giant old wild thing. And so they challenge her to a race. There's a bunch of feet stuff. So much feet stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's an entire moment where Okarun's toes like bust out of his shoes.
You told me about this. I noticed that because I was like, I made a joke in my reaction video where I'm like, wow, what a revolutionary transformation. He gets big teeth and his toes get long.
Yeah.
This is the transformation Nick has been on my ass about.
Absolutely.
Gets long toes. I didn't notice
The toes don't get long in the anime, or in the manga. That's the thing. There's no focus on feet
I
in the
didn't
manga.
notice the focus on feet in the episode.
Oh, there's so much. There's literally a moment when Okarun flies in and kicks like the thing that's like surrounding Momo. Like when he comes in and kicks that, there's a close in like still shot of his foot from like a mega, like they literally start with his foot and then pan out.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, they're getting heavy on the foot animation. When he does his little leg helicopter,
I
all
love
foot,
that.
all foot.
Well, it's gotta be foot.
Oh, but it's more foot.
Doing a leg helicopter
It's
is
more
tough.
foot than it is in the manga. Trust me. So yeah, it's like the video starts with the episode starts with them being chased by the bound spirit. The crab. And what's really cool is, and this is actually something that's true all throughout Dandadan, is that all of the yokai you see are based off real Japanese yokai. Or just like yokai in general, like spirits, that kind of thing. Like the Flatwoods monster is a real, well, not a real, but like a cryptid that exists, right? So all of these cryptids and yokai that we see are based off real cryptids and yokai from like the real world. So the mangaka is like very clearly like an avid cryptid fan. So I forget, it's
So Turbo Granny's real.
Maybe.
Did she steal dicks?
Probably not. But I think the idea of Turbo Granny, like the 100-kilometer Granny, is that like this is revealed at the end of the episode, where it's like she goes where women have been killed, kind of thing. And it's actually really, really cool. Like Turbo Granny's full story, if you like make the connection, is actually really cool. But the crab with the scary face, the bound spirit that's following them, is it's a Haikie. It's like a Haikie something. I forget exactly what it's called. But there's a type of crab in Japan that's like shell looks like an angry man's face. Whoa. So I'm going to look this up and I'm going to show it to you here. Crab. So that's a real crab that exists in Japan. And the entire idea behind this crab is that the back of its like shell looks like an angry man's face. Like in a traditional Japanese drawing, it looks like an angry man's face. So in Japan, it's believed that these crabs are the reincarnated soldiers of the battle of, and you're gonna love this, Dan no Ora, like Dandadan. Like Dan no Ora. Right. And so people believe that these crabs are the reincarnation of the fallen samurai of the Haikie clan. And so fishers in Japan will purposely, if they ever catch these crabs, they'll throw them back out of fear and or respect for the clan. So it's like all based off of like an actual yokai.
Yeah.
Which is really, really cool. And so they're being chased like by an actual yokai, and like that's why it's got the faces under and the faces on top.
Right.
It kind of just makes it look like envy, though.
I was going to say it looks like what would happen if Hayao Miyazaki took a crack at drawing a chapter of Berserk. Because it's a big babushka.
Because they end up in a fucking a bathhouse. Boy, oh boy, does Miyazaki love a bathhouse.
That's fair.
He loves some hot water.
Because it's a big crab with just a bunch of, like, big old grandma noses.
I guess.
You know? Mm-hmm. You guess. I thought you'd be emphatic about this comparison.
The art style is so non-Miyazaki. Like it was very heavy on the CG, and I don't use that as a detractor. Like there is a really, really cool moment in this episode where where Momo gets on Okarun's back and like she's like piggyback riding,
running,
and they run past those two people and they're like, oh, they're doing like piggyback ride. Like, oh, that's so funny. That's not POV in the manga. And they switched that to POV, and it was like kind of akin for me to the Chozo blood laser beam. So I'll show you how they go about that moment in the
I love how they're like in the anime, they absolutely gun past these people and are like, oh, they're doing piggybacks. And it's like, hey, that guy's doing a piggyback ride at like 50 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, also like what's the giant teeth? Like what's like and also the city's being destroyed behind them. Like what's going like nobody can see the crab. That's fine. Also
I don't think anyone can see his transformation.
You don't think so?
No.
Really?
Yeah, because it's also like cursed shit.
Yes.
She essentially turns him into a curse.
I'm trying to think if anybody who isn't cursed has ever interacted with him in that curse form and been like, cool. But no, I don't think so.
I saw a TikTok. I wasn't able to corroborate this with anything else.
Okay.
So it's probably a lie. But I saw a TikTok that was like, the mangaka said that the transformations like are just for the viewer in the same way that like Demon Slayer special effects
just
are.
For the breathing techniques?
Yeah, like nobody can see the transformations. Again, I can't verify it, so I don't
hate that.
I think he's lying. I hate it. I always hate it.
Why?
Just fucking show us what everyone's seeing.
I guess.
Why is Chakra invisible? Why is fucking... Don't be like Chakra's invisible and then do a Rasengan. Because then it's like, is Rasengan invisible?
Chakra's not invisible.
Chakra was invisible originally.
Chakra's not invisible.
Because originally, Naruto, when he would charge the red chakra, people were like, oh, like, I know you can't see chakra, but if chakra had a color, his would be red. Like, they would say that to distinct... And that's also a manga thing. Like, we talked about it before, but something that, like, anime used to just directly translate from manga is people yapping, because in manga, it's harder to tell what's happening.
Yeah.
Like, they have to outright say colors.
Yeah.
Because you don't know that Naruto's chakra is red in the manga. And they'll be like, whoa, he just did this. And in anime, it's annoying because we just saw it. But in a manga, it's harder to tell because it's just a couple of images.
Yeah.
In Naruto, in OG Naruto, they would say that chakra is invisible. And that Naruto's chakra wasn't actually red. It just, they're like, if everyone's chakra is blue, his is red, just to say that it feels different.
Huh.
Yeah.
Because, well, like, I guess when chakra's applied, it becomes visible. Like the Rasengan and all that. Like, there's a big thing about being able to make yourself invisible with chakra, make techniques invisible with chakra. But like, it's all based off the principle that any construct fired, like all ninjutsu is visible.
Can you turn invisible?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes
There's
sense.
like multiple different. There's like 3 different ways to do it, I believe.
Yeah.
And like it's not used nearly enough. And they're like, oh, it's because people can smell you. It's like, hey, not everyone's a dog.
Yeah,
dude.
stop reeking.
Yeah, like literally just like wash yourself or like rub grass on your body. Like I don't know what you want from me here. Use the technique more.
But yeah, so I'd hate that. I hate whenever it's like, oh, no one actually sees it.
You know what's crazy? You wouldn't even understand this. Armament hockey.
Yeah, you can't see it. I do know that.
So Luffy is like just like a big old bloated guy.
Like, why?
I don't know. It's dumb. But it also makes sense because like everybody laughs at him when they see him do it. Because I guess like technically, if you think about it from like a logistical standpoint, if ornament hockey was visible, then people would know where to aim. They'd be like, oh, he's got ornament hockey on his arm, aim for his leg, kind of thing.
I guess so.
That'd be like a big glaring flaw for it.
Yeah, I suppose so.
But I don't know. It's also not my favorite trope of all time. But yeah, I mean, I guess his transformation, but like he just like his entire body changes. You know, like he's got like his feet get longer.
Well,
Are his feet not longer?
I don't know, not really. It's just the teeth, and the teeth is kind of just like a
His
mask.
feet get longer. They focused on it very heavily. His feet get longer and his toenails get jagged.
You were really on the feet this episode.
Maybe I was.
Maybe you were.
Maybe I was.
Maybe you were.
Listen,
and that's
I did
okay.
I did a bit where I was like, I don't remember there being this much feet. Or no, they did the William Tell Overture Final. The bum.
Oh yeah. That was crazy of you to rattle off the title of.
Well, it's because I did a bit about it, but
Gotcha.
I had like an open tab of Sonic's feet, and then Knuckles' feet, and then Tails' feet, and I was trying to think of more Sonic characters, and I couldn't think of any of them.
You couldn't think of any?
I couldn't think that was the only three.
Silver, Amy.
Is Amy the sexy one?
Amy's the girl one. I cannot tell you what you find sexy.
She's the bat one.
No, that's Rouge the Bat.
Gotcha. Okay.
Rouge does have boobs, which
Rouge
is
has
crazy.
boobs.
Yeah.
Wait, Amy Sonic. Which one is Amy?
Amy's the girl one.
I don't know
the
pink one.
Yeah, I don't know what she is.
That's just Sakura Haruno. That's just
that
Sakura.
is Sakura.
Well, right?
Yeah, that's true.
That's just Sakura to a T.
Dude, I remember vividly in preschool, in daycare.
Yeah.
I was in daycare, and a kid named Andrew, who I will dox right now. He lives on 391. No, but
Okay.
I got scared
Knowing
again. That I was actually
once
saying
again,
yours.
those are
Yeah.
the 3 numbers of his street address.
No, I've like only knew him in daycare because I moved schools. And I remember vividly we were having a discussion about Sonic the Hedgehog, and one of us was like, "It's hair," and the other was like, "No, it's spikes. It's
spikes.
It's obviously spikes because it's
hedgehogs.
hedgehogs." Yeah, we were children, and then he was like, "Dude, my brother like showed me there's a Sonic show where like Shadow and Rouge the Bat," and then he went on to describe something I didn't at the time understand was graphic sex. But he was like telling me
His brother showed him a Shadow and Rouge the Bat porn.
yeah, and I was being told this in fucking preschool.
I'm gonna find it.
Yeah. You're gonna find a billion different ones. There's no way you're gonna find the one from 2003.
Was it a video or was it photos?
Dog, I was 4.
Shadow and Rouge. How do you spell Rouge?
You're gonna find this instantly and easily.
Shadow
you're not gonna find the one. You're gonna be bombarded by a wall of porn.
Shadow X Rouge porn videos. I'm only getting I'm getting a couple here. I'm getting Shadow fucking hot ass Rouge cowgirl. Oh, that's a minute and 2 minutes. That's a minute and 2 seconds long.
I just remember you have to find it from like 2003 though. It's probably on Newgrounds or some
Oh, it
shit.
probably is on Newgrounds. You have to make an account to use Newgrounds nowadays. Oh god, that's Shadow fucking Sonic. Oh god,
It's not hard to find Sonic porn.
It really isn't. That's wild to me because boy oh boy do I not. Well, I mean, I guess I literally talked about how Rouge was hot.
Yeah. I just remember for years thinking that was canon.
What?
Like being like, as somewhere out there's a rated R Sonic thing, and I just can't find
Yeah,
it.
he's just like absolutely nailing down Rouge. That was like a side quest in Shadow's video game.
Dude, well, because it was so easy to believe because the shadow game, he's swearing, he's using guns.
He's dual wielding Uzis.
I like legitimately thought, I was like, this is just a cutscene I haven't hit yet.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna fuck.
When you platinum the shadow game, you get to fuck Rouge. My God, if there was porn at the end of
it's like a
platinum
God
games,
of War mini game. Like you have to do the quick time events
and
yeah.
shaking the fucking lantern on the table.
Yeah.
That was crazy. That's a thing that stuck with me here. Back to Dandadan, they boil a crab with hot springs water.
Yeah.
Which is like
not hot enough,
not
right?
hot enough to
definitely not
to
hot
boil
enough.
a crab that fast.
Well, also it's like if it kills a crab, it kill you. Right?
100%. Oh, the muscles will tighten, and it's like, hey, buddy, if we can boil a crab in it, you can boil a you in it.
Yeah.
Hot springs water tops out at like 104 degrees, 130 at in thermal hot springs that you shouldn't go in.
I don't know. I don't know what a fucking boil point is.
Yeah, it's 212 degrees Fahrenheit.
You fucking nerd.
I'm sorry. You don't know the boiling point of water?
Bitch.
It's literally just Fahrenheit.
You think I ever paid attention to anything I learned in school? Nick, look at me.
Yeah.
Look at me. You think I needed my brains to get where I am?
Yeah. Probably.
You think for a second I ever had to fucking pay attention in class?
We both know.
The mic gets it.
Yeah, it does.
The mic
If anything, actually, the mic
fainted.
If anything, no, it went flaccid. That's what happened here. That you killed the Mike's boner. All right, don't even.
No,
please.
no, please, I'm hot.
Danny, I think we can both agree this is the hottest you've ever been. I think you're in your prime.
Definitely feel that way.
Well, I think you're in your prime right now.
Physical shape or this outfit?
Attractiveness wise, I think you're in your prime.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
agree.
I don't think you were coasting through in high school.
No, I looked bad. It was crazy I ever had a girlfriend.
I didn't look bad. College was.
You looked interesting in college.
In high school, I was kind of cute. I was kind of cutie patootie.
This has nothing to do with your weight.
Uh-huh.
You had such Pillsbury Doughboy energy. Just your shape.
Yeah.
But it's not because you were heavier.
Mm-hmm.
You just had like Fall Guys energy. Like you were just like walking around.
Oh
like,
yeah, dude, I was goofy. I was a goofy guy.
You were goofy looking.
I was goofy
But again,
guy.
you could have been like 120 pounds and still had that energy. It was just
hammered.
like, yeah.
I was hammered for 4 years. That's what it was. That's what,
You're hammered and squinting.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
I still love that photo of you just chubbing through your shorts.
Oh, dude, the boner photo.
It's insane.
I'll send that to you.
Ridiculous.
I'll send it to
photo.
you. You can make it my contact photo.
Sure. I don't want to see it.
Oh, you don't even. You absolutely want to see it.
Okay. Any other thoughts on Dandadan?
Oh, so much.
Okay.
There is a 3-minute anime only chase.
Okay.
So you know when he does like his final all out and then it ends with them by the train station?
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you how long that is in the anime or in the manga.
Yeah.
It starts here. Scan until he's done running.
Okay, let's
Scan over until he's done running.
His feet don't get that different.
Well, I'm in the manga they don't.
Oh, yeah, it's fucking. He loves. You know, I've noticed this type of run, like body fully forward, legs just doing a fucking double D motion, is so prevalent in anime. This is a Devilman Crybaby run.
Yep.
This is a Lego She does it.
Yep.
Gojo does it.
I mean, it's the entirety of Naruto.
No, but not
Gojo
even.
when he does his little like run through the crowd. Yeah.
Yeah, they do like full body forward because Naruto isn't completely horizontal. This is like horizontal as hell to the point where like you can Naruto run.
Yeah.
You can't do this.
You can't run fast enough. You can't run fast enough to keep your body. Because I think you would need so much forward momentum to keep your body at that.
They're doing a Scooby Doo run.
Yeah.
But literally Scooby, not just like the barrel legs.
But you're seeing that this
Yeah,
that entire section where they're flying, like them flying, like when Momo was using her hands to swing them around the buildings and grab that crane and throw the car at the crab, and then they get launched in the air and they do that Google image like satellite view of all the buildings and all that, and then he returns into the Turbo Granny as they land by the train station. That's all anime only.
Yeah, that's
like,
hype.
so it was really cool. It was like 2 minutes added to the chase.
That's what I want added to anime. It's great we're at a point where instead of extending like reaction shots
to
like save time, we're extending action sequences.
Which, like, if you have the budget, why wouldn't you do that?
Exactly.
Also, but I will say, so it's like, the anime did a really good job of adapting that scene and making it cooler. But when Turbo Granny catches up with them at the train station, this is how it looks in the manga. One of the hardest manga panels of all time that just like, and I don't, maybe it's the black and white, but like it just didn't hit as hard as the anime.
I like don't even remember this frame in the anime of her standing there
She
like
does,
that.
well, because she's not standing. She's like kind of like sideways, and she doesn't do like the big like cloak like flap thing.
Yeah, that is crazy looking.
Isn't that dope as hell?
Yeah, the art's nuts.
Yeah. The art's really, really good in the manga. So, but like, I think this like adaptation of this was really, really good.
Yeah.
The jokes hit. The animation, it's well animated. The voice acting is incredible. I love the Welcome to Loserville.
Welcome to Loserville.
And it's just Psycho standing on the other, like it's just like right across the provincial border.
Dude, Welcome to Loserville hits so hard.
Does that make Kamigoe City Loserville? Is that like they live in Loserville? Like
I also said that. I was like, are we exiting Loserville?
Yeah. It's like I don't want to be in Loserville.
I love after the train ride. He's like, did you just call this town Loserville?
It's like, you live here.
Yeah, it's like I was born here. Like I like it.
Your grandma only has powers in Loserville.
The only thing they missed out on was the opportunity to say population U. That's how that ends.
Mine was Loserville called Everybody Knew You.
Everybody knew you. Loserville called. They want their mayor back.
Yeah. They need a leader.
Everybody knew you.
Yeah.
Everybody. Loserville called. They've all had sex with you.
Yeah. They voted you worst loser, bitch. Anyways, and then the ending of the episode revolving around Turbo Granny. Them revealing like when Turbo Granny is defeated and they see all of the girls fading off into oblivion. And then it's revealed that Turbo Granny tends to congregate where women are like mutilated or killed, and like people like serial killers have been taking women to that tunnel and killing them there. The like through line there that's like said but unsaid is that what do you?
I was just looking at time.
Okay, it's like said but unsaid is that Turbo Granny purposely mutilates men who come to that tunnel because she's protecting the souls of the women who were killed there by men.
Yeah, it's interesting, actually.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, I was so shocked when it wasn't like, oh, Turbo Granny just like, well, I guess he's not a rapist. Originally, I was like, oh, Turbo Granny like hunts rapists or whatever. Yeah. But Ken clearly isn't, unless that'd be a wild twist.
What a twist.
What a crazy twist. I'd low-key, not necessarily rape, but like I would love if there was a twist where it turns out like one of the dual protagonists of this like rom-com action is an awful, terrible person, and then they like halfway through we ditch one of the protagonists.
Hey Dan.
Yeah?
I had that exact same thought last night, and I was thinking about pitching it to you. Yeah. I was thinking about, for some reason a thought came into my mind where it's like there's this like vigilante, like a scene opens with a vigilante like punching, like an entire series opens with like a vigilante saving a kid or something, and like the vigilante kind of like Batman like snags the gun out of somebody's hands, like empties the shotgun shells and all that, and like it's like, are you safe, kid, kind of thing, and they're like, yeah, and like they're like the vigilante's walking away, and like, aren't you gonna take the gun? And there's like, I don't use guns. And they're like, well, like, but what, like, how, what if the bad guys, like, what do you do with the bad guys? He's like, I send them to prison. And he's like, well, what if they break out of prison? He's like, I'll send them back, kind of thing, like with Batman. And they're like, but what if they never get good? And he's like, well, like, I'm gonna make, like, the second you kill somebody, you take away their chance to ever become good again. And so, like, somehow we built to the idea that, like, hey, if I ever go bad, though, use that gun on me. And I want, like, the end of the series to be the kid grown up killing the vigilante.
That'd be sweet.
Right? And it's like, I want the story to revolve around the vigilante, like, descending into madness, kind of, and becoming a bad person. And then, like, the end being the kid.
That's pretty sick. That's literally just you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
True.
Not
it's kind of just a Batman spinoff.
Well, no, but I mean, not in like I didn't mean that as in like, oh, that's been done before, but like, because Batman, they say it in Batman.
Yeah. But then he's like objectively still a good guy.
Yeah.
He just gets like swindled.
Yeah, it applies to Harvey. But like, yeah, not Batman himself, which is what would make that more unique.
Yeah. But I want it to be like he doesn't step away from the story. He's still the main character, but he's supposed to it's like he does like morally grayer and grayer things until eventually you're like, all right, somebody needs to take this dude out.
Dude, that's what I thought my like vigilante academia was gonna be.
Yeah.
Like Deku goes vigilante mode for like a hot minute.
Oh, like for like 12 and a half minutes?
For like 12 and a half minutes and does no real vigilanteism. He just keeps doing what he's doing, but like off the payroll.
Yeah.
like when all of the images of him in his like dark Deku outfit
Yeah.
were revealed, I thought he was gonna fucking like kill a bitch.
Yeah, you thought he was gonna like break, like, yeah, he's gonna like snap Toga's neck.
Yeah.
Oh my
like,
god, that'd be dope.
That'd be so much better. But anyway.
Oh, man, just like the ending, just being like, yeah, like some like he's just like hunting down villains and just like,
Yeah, that'd
just
be great.
goring them up.
Yeah, he's like breaking their limbs or whatever,
He's
like
still not
paralyzing
using
them.
guns, and they're like, please just shoot me. And he's like,
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah, it'd be
sorry,
great.
got a code of ethics.
But yeah, what were we saying about Dandadan? Oh, if he was, yeah, I was like, where's the penises come into this?
Yeah.
But I guess that does make sense.
Because, like,
it's
she
like
protects
a
the spirits
prevent-
of women who have been mutilated, like raped and murdered by men.
I made a joke where I was like, this is such a disproportionate response to a guy just mucking about in your tunnel.
Yeah.
I was like, he wasn't like doing graffiti.
Yeah, he was just like, he was literally just walking through, and she was like, you know what? Pee-pee time. Also, thank God they skipped the thing. In the manga, he literally rips her tit off. Like, there's a scene where, like, he pulls away, and there's just, like a tit flap in his mouth. It's awful.
It was awful in the anime. It was
wasn't
one of
good.
the worst things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's not great.
I do love him calling her bluff.
Uh-huh.
Like, he's like, I'll suckle your teeth. And she's like, oh, he's crazy.
No one's ever taken me up on this
Yeah,
point.
he's wild.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Or
fun-
it'd be way funnier if he did it and then like there's a big like blast of light and then he like opens his eyes and like what? And she's like a gorgeous princess and she's like, you broke the curse. No one's ever taken me up on my offer.
he's like-
That's all it took.
He said that's the kiss. It's just like, you need to eat me out for 3 to 5 minutes, all right? Like, oh,
Yeah, you have to
okay.
eat me out to climax.
Yeah, you're like, I'm not in the headspace for this. I need to come back next week.
Yeah.
Let me do some jaw exercises. But yeah, fun episode. You want to talk about Daima?
Oh yeah. This is the slowest pacing. Boy, is it nostalgic because this is the slowest pacing I've seen since like classic anime,
Like from
classic
like
show.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah. They do a bar fight and it's like
So nothing.
it's so dude, every time you watch an episode, you gotta look at the reviews because all the headlines are just like glazing it and being like, Daima gives us our first look at action and it's amazing. First off, no, it didn't. They literally fight in episode 1 and it was way better.
Yeah.
Second, first off, we're talking about episode 3
Yeah.
of Daima. They, for the first half of the episode, they keep up their tradition of Daima in that the first half of the episode is a whole lot of nothing.
It's just going to a place and explaining giant transporting goldfish that I could give a shit about. And like, you have to get a code to leave the demon realm. And I'm like, cool, man. I didn't ask.
Yeah.
Fucking Glorio.
It's jokes that are almost not jokes.
Yeah.
Like just fart jokes that aren't funny.
And then Goku being like, you're a goldfish. No,
Yeah.
you're a bug-eyed goldfish. Yeah.
They're not jokes.
Yeah.
They're nothing. They go to this goldfish in the spaceship. Also, the whole time I'm looking at the spaceship, I'm like, you absolutely could have squeezed Vegeta in here.
100%. 100%.
No reason you only have to have 2.
Yeah.
They get to the goldfish, they go to the 3rd demon realm.
Yeah.
And they make a big show of it. They're like, they're playing like the Jurassic Park theme. He's like, whoa,
Yeah.
I've never seen something like this. It's the fucking boringest.
It's Planet Namek. It's literally just like a desert planet. You've destroyed 8 of them.
It's so nothing.
His world has a pyre, a fucking tower that builds up to a place where a cat who grows magical beans lives, and above that is a small green person living with a racist analog who keep an eye on the entire planet.
Yeah. Where do you think that tower is? Just like Nebraska? Like where does it take
Where
place?
does it land? It's gotta be Japan for sure.
Probably.
But like,
It's just in fucking like Kyoto or something.
Yeah,
like,
they're just like, oh yeah, that's our 3.5 million foot cat tower. Took 10 years to build.
But yeah, so they go to this place. It's boring. Like the atmosphere itself is really lame. They do like, a classic power scale reset where they're like, it's gaseous.
The air's thick. It's tough to move.
The air is real thick, so it's tough to move, and also you're a kid.
Yep.
And they do one brief, cool bit in the bar fight, because I know everyone's going to talk about this and be like, oh, you guys are just haters, and this is why the bar fight's great.
Yeah.
Very briefly, Goku picks up some, like, plates and does a Jackie Chan with them.
That was cool.
I really liked that.
Yeah.
I saw that and was like, oh, shit. This is going to go back to being about martial arts.
Yeah, like literally a martial arts fight, yeah.
And then he just goes back to, like, he does a jump, and then he kicks.
Yep.
And then he jumps over a guy, and then he kicks that guy. And I'm like, oh, sick. I'm glad we stopped getting creative immediately.
But you got a couple of good, like, ow
Yeah.
punches. Like literally Jackie Chan, like, using a thing to hurt somebody's hand.
Yeah. But it was, like, literally 3 seconds of Jackie Channing. Yeah.
My notes were, they get pooped out of the fish. Is it the demon world because they have a caste system? And how does this dude have a laser pistol and the orcs are throwing spears?
Yeah.
Like, they're just like, oh no, archers. And then he's like, I have a laser pistol. And I'm like, those are not proportional weapons. Like, and everyone's terrified of it. Like, it was like, why is he so far advanced?
I can't believe that was your note and not how are they serving hamburgers in the third demon realm.
And like, dozens of them.
Yeah.
And like, immediately too.
Well, they like get to the bar and he's like, yeah, I'll take 5 hamburgers. And I'm like, call it a Glooby Doo.
Yeah.
Like, fucking anybody have any ounce of creativity in this thing.
And they're like, well, hey, listen, the buns are black. Like it's like Burger King during Halloween season.
Yeah, it's the fucking Wednesday Addams.
Like Whopper. Yeah.
God, it's so not creative. If this didn't have Dragon Ball attached to it, if Dragon Ball Daima came out today, it'd be canceled already.
Oh, like 3 episodes in, people were like, this is the most boring shit I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
And also, the motivations for stuff to happen is so... Like, ironically, the most interesting thing happening in Daima is, like, the rhetoric around, like, pointy versus round ears. And, like, I love the guys coming up to him in the bar and just being like, get the fuck out of here, you goddamn round ear.
Yeah, you round ass bitch.
Yeah, and the fucking the goldfish, whatever, that doesn't like being called a goldfish, being like, those ears looking pretty round. And I was like, is this the racism system of the Dragon Ball universe?
Well, it's funny because it's like, maybe they'll explain it, but like you got to explain it. It's not enough to just be like different. Like the reason skin color is like a big thing in history is because like fucking conquering imperialist nations went to other nations and were like, oh, we need servants. We're going to conquer this land and make them servants.
Gotcha.
It's like, there's like...
You went for geopolitical explanation, not like biological. I thought you were going to be like, oh, more sun, more melanin.
Well, that's why people are different
Okay,
looking.
yeah. I thought you were asking for like an explanation as to why people had pointy ears.
No, I mean, it's probably because of like, they're like, oh, you're not demons.
Yeah.
Like, you're from elsewhere. But like, I want to see the relationship between demons and humans that like resulted in that. And I guess that demons are like subjugating like race because they like came to Earth and like King Toburo like came and like tried fucking shit up.
Yeah.
But it's like weird when it's just like in the Sanderson books you're not reading. They have like a caste system that's like dark eyes are subjugated and light eyes are the subjugators.
Nice, let's go, baby.
Yeah,
I'm in
like-
charge.
Just silent point.
Put the dress on.
Yeah.
Again.
And in like the reason for that is because like they don't really know this. Like the people don't know it because it's kind of lost to time. But the people with light eyes are like closer to like these godlike beings that like roamed the earth before. And it's like there's history in that. Like it's not just like, oh, you have wide wrists, Risto.
Yeah.
Now you fucking clean my toilets.
But it literally, you have to like. That's the thing. It's like lazy writing because it just operates as a rule. Like it's a rule set in stone that you can just be like, oh, the demons don't like you because you have round ears.
There's no world building.
No.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, we set it up. What do you mean? Like everybody from the demon realm has pointy ears. Everybody not has round ears.
Yeah.
That's why they don't like each other.
And all of that would be fine if anything was happening.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't need it to be like Dune level of world building, but like.
But we're now over an hour into Dragon Ball Daima, and all we've accomplished is that everyone is babies.
Yeah.
And we introduce a character that nobody gives a shit about and probably will never give a shit about.
Glorio's cool looking at least. I know, who cares?
Genuinely, who
I
gives
like
a
him
shit?
more than Supreme Kai. Like, I can't believe Supreme Kai is
who
the
made
one
cut.
going.
Yeah.
What? I talked
Bring Piccolo. He's got pointy ears.
I talked to... Why isn't it Piccolo?
Like, literally.
So smart.
Like, literally just bring Piccolo. Oh, he's like, he has a possible connection to the Namekian who pulled all of the Dragon Balls because he's like, oh, I know that Namekian. He's like, his name is passed down through the histories. Why is it not Piccolo?
Bring your demon.
Bring your fucking demon
Bring
friend.
your
Bring
local
Mr.
demon.
Popo.
Bring Popo.
Like, come on. Yeah, that's what we need. A Goku Popo. Like an adventure, baby.
Well, like, I was
They're
talking
walking into a bar like, Popo, can we like cover you up or something? Like, I don't know who's gonna be in there. I don't wanna assume. The reason we put you up there is because we want to limit the amount of people who see you.
people are gonna hate that you're still around. Yeah. But what's it called? Like, fucking. I was talking to Daniel about this, and it's like, if you want to do a thing with kids,
Yeah.
why isn't this a Goten and Trunks show?
Yeah.
Goten's just Goku anyway. Like, use the kids you already got.
Yeah.
That's it. That's my thought.
But instead make those kids into babies and
Yeah.
forget that they exist. Cool. That's
That's
Daima.
Still bad. Still mid as hell. Getting bad. Like,
Yeah, it's on a fast track to bad. You want to talk about a thing that's definitely not on a fast track to bad? Blue Log.
Blue Lock still every week. I'm like so close to let's stop watching this.
I am. It's in a I think I'm in an abusive relationship with Blue Lock.
This is the best episode of the week. Which episode is it?
Episode.
I mean, not of the week, of the season.
The season 4, I believe.
Episode 4, I think.
Yeah, I think.
It's what's the guy's name?
Rio's. It's
Rio's.
Rio, whatever his name
Rayo,
is.
yeah, it's Rayo's match.
Yeah. It's like him and Nagi versus the Rin and Shido.
Yeah.
I cannot believe
Whatever.
I remembered all those names.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, I will say, this has nothing to do with the season. Blue Lock is such a fucking master at character design.
Oh, dude, the character designs are sick.
They're all so good. You compare it to like any other sports thing or any other just like classroom thing where like the character designs can't be as like exaggerated as like a Naruto, a Dragon Ball, whatever.
Haikyuu does a good job at character design within the realm of acceptability. Because the thing is, like, all of the characters in Haikyuu look like humans. Shido's
Right.
got fucking orange, like,
Well, yeah.
Like, they call them like each other like antenna head.
Yeah.
Like the tallest guy literally looks like a gigantic gorilla.
Yeah.
Like the one that was introduced this episode, who's got like the fucking teen wolf beard, like
Yeah.
up to his eyeballs. I was like, oh yeah, what Japanese 6'7" kid is running around with an eyeball beard?
I mean, that's fair. They're definitely silly.
Yeah.
But they're so cool.
Oh, they're so cool.
And if this weren't a soccer anime, dude, I'd have the fucking like action figures or like merch of all of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like, it like bums me out that like these incredible character designs, not that the like Blue Lock's not good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure if I like was just sticking with the manga, it'd be like consistently great.
Yeah.
But like the dip in animation quality like puts a sour taste in your mouth.
Yeah.
But it makes me upset that like these amazing character designs aren't going to like a shonen thing because then there'd be more merch.
Also, like more importantly, like the real important thing to be upset about is the fact that the best arc in the manga, the U20 arc, is now being converted into this hot garbage.
Yeah, they
Like, I almost want to start a petition to stop the season.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely want to be like, you need to stop posting.
Yeah.
Like, because like we're not gonna rewatch this.
It's soccer. Like
Right.
people don't even rewatch real sports games.
Exactly. Like, I'm like, no one's gonna rewatch these first 4 episodes. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe if you reanimated it, but like, if you release this entire season, you can't undo that.
Yeah. It like I feel like they moved more, or maybe I'm just used to it.
You are used to it,
Okay,
but
'cause
also
no.
kind of they did. Like it's definitely like we're like slowly but surely getting used to it, but also they focused way less on the match this time around.
Yeah.
Because it was like Nagi and Reo, and like there's a scene where like Rin just scores a goal and they don't even explain it.
Yeah.
Like it's just like, oh, Nagi and Reo score a goal, and then like 2 seconds later, Rin is just scoring a goal. And you're like, okay, I guess Nagi and Reo are losing. And then it just immediately cuts 5-3, they lose.
Yeah.
So we don't see a lot of the match here. And so because the only thing that Blue Lock is currently doing well is conversations.
Yeah.
So because the episode focuses so highly around Isagi and his 2 new friends, you're like, oh, it doesn't look that bad because they just need to sit there and move their mouths. And like it's like within the capacity of that, it's standardly animated.
Yeah, that's fair.
In fact, it actually looks pretty good because the art style looks good.
Yeah.
So like conversations look fine. It's the second that they start playing soccer, the thing that the anime revolves around.
Don't look at that yet. That's for later.
Okay. The thing that the anime revolves around, that's where things get tough.
Yeah, it's just like this was a more interesting episode because like I liked Reo's I like getting more into Reo. He's an interesting character.
Yeah.
It's also interesting to me.
Listen, I saw a very funny TikTok the other day, and people were like, oh, you want people to stop saying that your characters are gay? Stop writing gay characters. Listen, in a BL anime, Reo is the gayest character. His entire character arc is I gotta make Nagi mine.
Yeah, he was like, you're not mine anymore. You're somebody else's.
It's an episode of longing. It is literally just an episode of soccer longing.
It's funny because people are like, I don't know, I like the amount of BL that it is.
Yeah.
Like, it could, I think it's so fine and, rational to ship these characters. I think what's not rational is to get mad when people are shipping them.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's a very clearly a BL.
It's it is as gay as it can be without boys kissing.
Yeah. It's but I like that it still sticks to soccer. Because I think if it did get into real romance, I'd be like, it's getting too melodramatic. Mm-hmm. It's already melodramatic.
People are already way too serious about soccer.
I like that, the biggest appeal of Blue Lock to me is how, insanely into soccer everyone is. They're starting to make friends. They're starting to, enjoy soccer. But all of these people would slit the dude's throat next to them if it meant they could get ahead.
They could get on the Japanese, national team.
It's definitely... Blue Lock is, in a weird position, too. How do you feel about this? Where it's a show with no consistent main cast. You know what I mean?
I guess, yeah.
We established a whole team season 1, and
then,
we don't
Kunigami
see
was
most
cut.
of them.
Bachira's, we're not getting any, focus on Bachira. I think that's kind of a strength.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely a strength of the mangaka, because, the mangaka already in 2 episodes has made us care about the 2 characters that Isagi has been partnered with.
It's outrageously impressive
Yeah.
when you consider that it's a soccer anime, too.
Yeah.
If you were, come up with 20 unique characters in the Naruto universe, or come up with 20 unique characters in the Blue Lock universe, I could maybe get 6 in the Blue Lock universe, and then I could run wild in Avatar,
Dribbling,
Naruto,
jump,
it's
header.
This is genuinely a masterclass in a character study, world build kind of.
From both a character development standpoint and a character design standpoint.
Yeah.
Not only are the characters individual in their wants and desires, but also in how they look.
Yeah, it's come up with 20 unique soccer-themed backstories.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
No chance.
I also, but Reo's backstory, while very good, is very funny to me. Because my note was, I said, fucking boo-hoo, Reo, you have to be a billionaire. He was like, I don't want to inherit the company, Dad. I want to play soccer.
Yeah.
And it's hey, listen, there was a guy, in season 1 who was like, if I get cut, my sister won't eat. And he was like, if I get cut, I have to go fuck supermodels and be a rock star.
Can he not do both? Try out to be a soccer player. If you succeed, you're still a millionaire.
Yep.
If you don't, just be the millionaire.
Yep.
Also, even if you succeed, people only play soccer into their mid-30s.
Yep. You got a whole career. You got a whole life after you retire as a sports player.
You'll be in your mid-30s, and then your dad will die maybe a little early into your career, then take over.
Yep. Or just buy a soccer team and then have the one stipulation be you get to play sometimes.
Yeah, this is so not really a conflict.
No, not at all.
I have 2 funny quotes. One is so this is a conversation people have. Mm-hmm. There's an actual conversation in this show that's it's like Tetris. And then someone goes, oh, it's hardware got upgraded, but the software stayed the same. And the original guy goes, yup, it's like your phone going from 4G to 5G. And I'm like, holy shit, stick to a metaphor.
Yeah, they're just trying to catch any generation they can. My Tetris note was I love this topical Tetris reference. They're like, how can we explain making a decision fast rather than, sometimes good Tetris players need to decide what block to place in a certain area before thinking about it.
Who do they think they're appealing to that didn't understand it when it was about soccer, but will when it's Tetris?
Boy, the second I understood, like literally the second he was like, "Hey, if you you can't think and then act," I was like, "I get it." And then they were like, "Let's do 3 minutes on like Tetris strategy here."
The ADHD in my brain was flaring up at just how fucking awful whoever was playing Tetris was doing.
Oh, like before they started showing the pro and they were just putting all the wrong blocks
it was
in.
Just stacked up to the top with tons of gaps, and I'm like, what are you fucking doing?
Look at the next block. It's in the bottom right corner.
I was like, I understand this less now.
Yeah.
And then another quote I liked is Rayo going everyone thinks I'm a jack of all trades. Well, this is my new play style. The chameleon. I'm good at everything now.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't think you could just decide that.
I don't think you could just be like, oh my God. I hate, this is one of my least favorite things in anime. When they're like,
When they whip out the percentages. Yeah.
Oh my God. Listen, I understand. I like from a power scaling perspective and stuff like that, it's fun. It helps. But when they're like, these guys are over 100%, that's just 100% then.
When they go over 100%, and then also when they're like, Rayo can only copy things at 99%. In soccer, that's literally just as good.
That's so good. That 1% chance, a 1% a decrease in skill ability, and I can copy anybody else's. Yeah. That's Kakashi. That's the Sharingan.
What does that even mean anyway? When applied to soccer, what is a 99% good slip shot compared to 100% good?
1 out of 100 times you'll miss?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. If that dude's pitching, if that dude's selling himself at 2/3 the price of the 100% guy, sold.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh, you can do whatever you saw somebody else do. Yeah, you're going to eventually accumulate way more skills and be way more useful than anybody else. There's literally entire anime built around a main character whose ability is steal.
Yeah.
That's it. And that is what he has. And he's like, I'll never be good enough. Because everybody else is allowed to go to 130%. And if you can go to 130%, that's just your 100. Yeah. That's just what 100 is for you.
Have you seen, speaking of the steal thing, I don't know what anime this is. I should have looked it up. There's an anime, I saw a TikTok of it, where there's a character
who says die. And
who says die now, and they just do.
Yeah.
What's that about?
I did the whole show.
I like it.
Yeah, it was everyone was like, oh, that's really funny. And then they watched for 2 episodes and they dropped it.
I bet.
Yeah, because it was he keeps killing.
That's One Punch Man.
Yeah, but Saitama's not around in One Punch Man.
Yeah.
The entire idea is that everybody else does all the work in One Punch Man, and then Saitama shows up when he gets bad.
Yeah.
Which I guess was kind of that show as well. One of my notes was these quips are awful. The license and registration thing, and there's so many quips like that, and I'm just like, play soccer. I feel like a political pundit whenever LeBron James talks out on something I'm just shut up and play soccer.
You're like, who's a dude who was taking a knee during the...
Colin Kaepernick? And everyone's just play soccer or just play football.
Play football, Colin.
Yeah, I'm going to just shut the fuck up and play soccer. God damn it.
Yeah. Hey, ghosts?
Chill out.
Yeah.
Oh, man, maybe they speak Morse code and they're trying to let us know. I don't know what...
2 dots? What is 2 dots?
I don't know. It might be... Oh, dude, it's Matthew McConaughey. We don't have books to push over. Oh, we don't have books to push over.
Murph! He
doesn't get to where she dies. All right, enough about Blue Lock. Should we get to our best boys?
Sure. What's your best boy?
My best boy is the Egghead Island opening.
Yeah, you showed it to me today.
Mm-hmm. When Danny walked in, I was just starting a new episode 1097 of One Piece, which for those who know is the first Japanese-only episode on Crunchyroll. I've caught up with the dub, unfortunately.
I wish you got to watch the episode because I wanted to ask how jarring it is. Because it's so jarring for me when I go from English to Japanese. That's why there's a My Hero disconnect for me.
Yeah.
Blue Lock's a bit like that. But I've been watching it I've been really enforcing the voices in my head.
Yeah.
To sound like the English ones. But yeah, I'm interested to hear it.
I feel like I've seen a fair amount of the episodes in Japanese. Just I don't know, it's some episodes on Crunchyroll just weren't in dub.
Doesn't Luffy sound like Goku a little? Isn't that
he's a classic, shonen MC where he's he's voiced by a woman, so he's kind of squeaky. But he's kind of squeaky in the dub as well. I think they actually did a really good job of doing the dub to like make it sound like the sub, because all of the characters sound pretty similar.
Oh, nice.
I don't know. I haven't like. I'll let you know next week when I'm like 30. I'm probably gonna be caught up with One Piece by next week. Which is
Well, what are you
nuts.
gonna do now when you work out?
Probably watch like ReZero or something. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, the weekly One Piece is a curse. First off, when I get caught up, when I hit 11:22, there's not a new episode of One Piece that like needs to be watched until 11:23, which is until April 2025. I'm just gonna get caught up with the manga. I'm not gonna watch One Piece weekly. I'm not an idiot. Come on, it's literally an affliction to watch One Piece weekly. I'm gonna let it get like 100 episodes ahead. I'm not gonna watch it for like 2 years, and then like I don't know, maybe I'll keep up with it every once in a while. But like, I'm just gonna watch like ReZero and like all the anime I've been putting off for fucking years now because I've been too busy watching One Piece.
I wonder what's going on in the manga. I feel like nobody ever talks about it.
Elbath.
Wow, that means so much to
Yeah.
me. But I just mean like everyone, there was so much hype when Gear 5 came out in the anime and not so much in the manga.
I guess, yeah.
I remember there were some rumblings of it when it hit the manga. But
Yeah.
yeah.
They do a pretty good job at like, I mean, like I'm in all the circles that like talk about like every One Piece chapter. Like something really big and important just happened in the most recent chapter, so I saw it everywhere. But I'm also almost caught up, so I'm really like not that upset about it.
Right.
But yeah, no. So like they do a pretty good job at like pumping down the One Piece spoilers. But if you're in the proper circles, you'll find it. Do you have a best boy?
My best boy may just have to be Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
Oh.
Yeah.
I saw Easter eggs are back.
Oh, yeah.
I saw you can turn into a superhero.
You can turn into a superhero. You can fight a giant squid monster.
I might get Black Ops 6.
Yeah.
That's how you like if you drop a good zombies mode, that's how you get me back. I'm not touching multiplayer with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
I'm getting fucking hosed in multiplayer. No goddamn way. But Black Ops zombies, absolutely.
Dude, zombies is I'm not like a good reviewer for zombies
Is there a
because
campaign?
yeah. Apparently one of the best in years. It's 8 hours, which is way better than last year's 4 hours.
I feel like their 4-hour fucking Warzone campaign.
Yeah. But yeah, people are saying that like this is like the best campaign in years. I've only been doing zombies in multiplayer, but I will get into the campaign. Yeah, it's pretty good.
I could put some hours on that.
Yeah.
I'm almost done with Wukong. I'm so close to being done.
How are
with
you
Wukong.
liking it?
I love it. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't beaten Space Marines 2. I have about 2 hours on Space Marines 2.
I have like a disgusting amount of work. Or well, yes, work and games. But I'm trying
40 and slip.
I'm trying to get into
Games
like
is work.
Yeah. I'm trying to get into like 3 days of like recording videos, 2 days just me time during work hours. And it's been real tough with like I'm doing Halloween specials. I watched Over the Garden Wall, also a potential best boy. You ever seen Over the Garden Wall?
Is it Over the Hedge, you mean?
No, not Over the Hedge.
What the fuck is Over the
God,
Garden?
I wish I watched Over the Hedge for my Halloween special.
What is Over the Garden Wall?
It's like a 10-episode miniseries from like 2014. It's very spooky.
This looks slightly familiar, but I have no idea.
It's like very spooky. Great
Okay.
voice acting. People love it. It's a little boring.
Okay.
But that's because it's like artsy. It's like it's boring in the way that like The Lighthouse is boring, which is boring, but it's like intended to be.
Like
you know?
Skinamarink.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Skinamarink. But yeah, it's good. I like it. But yeah, I wanted to get that out for a Halloween special, and so I'm like,
All 10 episodes?
they're all 10 minutes long.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So it's 2 hours of
Yeah,
content.
it's still 100 hours of reaction. Holy shit.
It's a lot. I broke it up into 2. I just put out the first half. I'm gonna do the next one. New Hell of a Boss comes out October 31st.
Gotcha.
Arcane's coming out. I might react to that. It's just fucking
Final season.
yeah, second and final season. That's
because
crazy.
nobody wants more Arcane. That's it, baby.
They'll probably do different like League of Legends shows.
Gotcha.
Probably.
Give me the wolf guy.
It's probably in season 2
Really?
of Arcane. That's like the going theory. They think it's Vander.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, he was the big guy, like their mentor when they were kids.
Oh,
Yeah.
He becomes wolf guy.
They think.
That'd be kind of sick.
Yeah, that's like Arcane only lore though, so no one knows.
That's
It's
the
speculation.
Legends character I know.
Wolf
That
guy.
and the lady who can ensnare people. I think she's got spiders, or she is a spider.
Elise.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just like I have the Halloween specials and then Anime IRL is definitely gonna take my whole day tomorrow.
Well, no, it's like 10 to 2.
Yeah, and then I gotta drive. It's 10 to like 2:30, and I gotta drive. Yeah, boy,
Yeah.
is it. Hey, please don't tell people where I live, maybe, if you don't mind. Maybe just be courteous for once, Nick. I don't know. I'm sorry, is it
I
hard?
had moral high ground for 10 minutes.
Is it tough?
For 10 minutes, I had moral high ground. No! Oh, and then it slipped through my fingers like sand.
At least now people can calculate my drive here every day.
Oh, no!
But,
right. They can see exactly how much, with this episode's knowledge, you can figure out how far Danny drives.
But like, yeah, so that's going to take all day, and then we'll see if I record a video today. But so I'm trying to get 3 recording videos a week, and then 2 video game days. I'm trying to schedule
Time to play video games.
life.
Yeah.
But so anyway, yeah, Call of Duty's been sick. I never played the other zombies, so I'm a bad like critic to say whether or not this one's good.
You never played like Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, like...
Dude, when I was a kid, I was so annoyed at like other kids running like metas. Like that was my first introduction to meta, where like you get into zombies and you're like, all right, let's have some fun. You're like, no, idiot, you have to knife the first 3 rounds and then you do a rotation.
Yep.
I didn't like that.
Because like in the, Buried is undoubtedly the greatest zombie map of all time. If you stay up top and you knife for a bunch, you can get like one of the best LMGs in the game by like round 4.
Is Buried like, does that have a giant robot or a dragon? Like, what one's that?
It's got like the Leroy. He's like a 10-foot tall, like Lenny kind of guy. You're down in like a mining town that's underground. You start like out on this like giant scaffolding thing. And then like it's like a haunted mansion you can run through. There's a bunch of witches in there that steal your money. Oh, dude, fucking sick. I love Buried. Yeah. That's the best one. And then there was the one where you were like in a Chinatown one. There was a bunch of different buildings you could jump between. That was also dope. There was there was the first one. And then there was the one where there was the one where you were JFK.
Kino is one of them. JFK maybe Moon?
You could be
or 5.
It might have been 5, I think. Yeah.
I remember that.
Oh, the one with the bus. Oh, the one with the bus.
I will say, I wish this one had like kooky like theme or gimmick. Like they have cool stuff. Like Terminus has like a giant squid monster that you can fight by like doing 20 minutes worth of Easter egg bullshit.
Yeah.
The other one is meant to be like basic. It's just like a little daylight suburban town that you can turn into a superhero. Mm-hmm. But like, yeah, some of the past ones, there's like a medieval one. There's like a gladiator Coliseum one. There's one on the moon. There's one in like the Arctic on the Titanic.
The one with the trench warfare with the giant robots and you build the staffs. That one is an all-time one.
Yeah, like I wish one of these was like, oh, this one takes place on Venus for some reason. Or like this one's in like Nazi Germany again. And it's like... There isn't one where
the one where you fire the rocket? Where you have the rocket?
I haven't played it.
There's like there was like a little like it was like you start with like there was like a centrifuge thing and it can like knock the zombies out. Oh, that one was so good.
Yeah, I wish it was like, I don't know what another gimmick would be, but something like that where it's like something that I could be like, oh, you got to play this one. This one takes place like underwater. Yeah. You know? It's fun.
I love zombies. I don't like that you can see the damage you do to them now, though. I hate the little damage number pop-ups thing. That annoys me.
I don't mind it. I like it. I bet you can turn it off.
I have no idea how much health they have, so I can just be like, my God, when are they going to die?
I wonder if you can turn it off in the settings.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because it's just, I don't know, it gamifies it too much for me. I need the fear.
It's tough when you fight like thick, like mini-boss zombies.
Yeah.
Like, I love the health bars for that, because I feel like I would just be like... there's no point in putting bullets into this.
The first real mini boss zombies, it was like dogs, and then it was monkeys, and then in the giant robots one, there was the mini robots that had the claw hands, and you had to shoot them in their claw hand to drop you. Oh man, I'm getting an itch.
You know what I miss?
What?
Dead Ops Arcade.
Dead Ops.
Do you remember it's like top down?
When you were the little
looks like Diablo a little.
Yeah, but you were the army soldier. And you could like kind of just move and you would get like the AA-12 shotgun and just blow away zombies.
Yeah. And a gorilla would show up every now and then.
Yeah. That was
Anyway, that's my best one.
I'm gonna buy it tonight.
Yeah?
We're gonna play zombies together. You know what's most invaluable? Like the friend, like everybody had the one friend who knew how to do all the Easter eggs, and they were usually the dumbest friend you had. Like it was like the dumbest dude I've ever known in my entire life. Like almost failed out of high school. Knew the Easter eggs like the back of his hands. Yeah. And that was his thing. We wouldn't play zombies without him because we would need him to show us how to build the staffs.
Yeah. The worst part about zombies so far in my experience is like, if you go in with like 3 or 2 or 1 people, it fills the rest. Like it's always 4 people. Uh-huh. And I saw a lot of people talking about this on TikTok, but like,
so you can't play offline?
Well, you can. I'm sure. I don't know. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
But like, I saw a lot of people talking about this online, and like, Twitch and like YouTube and content creation has ruined games like this because you hop in, you have like one or two guys filling in, they're strangers, and they're like speed running shit. Like, you want to go in, you just want to kind of like go at your own pace, and they're like doing the Easter eggs, they're like speed running it, and then they leave.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh, can they leave without you?
Yeah, people can just leave.
Crazy.
I mean, if you stop playing, like, you know.
Oh, like if you like, oh, gotcha. Okay, like
They're
not
like making
they're not
content.
trying to extract.
No.
Gotcha. Because like extracting isn't something that they introduced until like a couple of zombies games in.
Yeah, like that's how you like save your game essentially.
Yeah.
But it's pretty sick. I'll like have more thoughts. Next week we should like review it.
Gotcha. I'm down for that. My flashback is that I finished Well of Ascension.
Well of Ascension.
The second Mistborn book. And now I'm on Hero of Ages. I'm 4 hours into Hero of Ages, and Vin fucked up. Well, Vin didn't fuck up. She did the right thing, but my God, did Brandon Sanderson put me in a fucking pretzel, dude. When the mist spirit that's been trying to kill Ellen for the... I don't know why the mist spirit's been trying to kill Ellen. I don't even know what the mist spirit is. But then they're at the Well of Ascension, and Vin takes the power, and the mist spirit cuts open Ellen's belly. And she's like, I have to let Ellen die. But in actuality, the mist spirit cut open Ellen's belly because she wanted her to take the power. And then like, oh, hey, the power allows you to move the location of the Earth, and Rashik, like the reason that the Earth is fucked up is because Rashik moved the planet closer to the sun.
Too close.
And then he was like, oh shit. And then he was like, but instead of moving it backwards a little bit, he was like, you know what? We're going to do ash mounds. And then he changed humanity. I just found that out. And like their little like end of chapter segment, he was like, change humanity so that they could breathe ash.
Yeah. That, I think it's either a theory or in the book where he's like, he didn't want to push it back because he got so lucky that like pushing it closer didn't just make it uninhabitable.
Yeah.
That he's like, I'm afraid of overcorrecting and it's too cold now. But yeah, isn't that crazy? What'd you think of like the second book as a whole now that you finished it, and in comparison to the first book?
Well of Ascension is not as good as the first book.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot more political, like trying to figure out the systems. But that being said, I'd say it has hyper moments. Like I'd like finding out that her Khandra is actually not her Khandra.
Yeah.
And that her Khandra is actually Tensoon, who killed her Khandra.
Yeah.
And is like now like this traitor to the system. And then her Khandra like allowing her to help in the battle against Zane, Zane's death. All of those incredibly hype moments. Ellen eating the bead and her being like, he's burning pewter. Sick.
Yeah.
So sick. Like immediately a Mistborn.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Her taking the well, like, and it's also so good. It's a really good book for figuring things out because like there's like the pounding in her head.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, the well is full. So like every couple thousands of years, the well fills. And like there's a new Hero of Ages. So it's supposed to be Alendi, but Alendi like was gonna give up the power, but he wasn't supposed to give up the power. And that's what Quan figured out. And so like Quan was like, don't let Alendi take the power and then give it up. But for some reason, the Mist Spirit, or maybe Chaos or whatever his name is,
Ruin.
Ruin was like messing with the rubbings that Sazed was going through. Sazed losing Tindwall, the entire Koloss army attack. I want to see that in live action or animated so badly.
Yeah.
Because the Koloss army, Sazed turning into like this monstrous entity that's just like crushing like 12-foot Koloss skulls in.
Yeah.
And then like every time they describe, the way they describe Straff's death sounds so sick.
How she just like vertically cuts him in half.
Because Straff is like Straff is charging.
Yeah.
Like he's like, all right, it's time to like go save Luthadel. And then he's like, that's not an arrow. It's like arrows aren't that big. That's a miscloak. And then you just see, she's like, you hear like she cuts the horse in half.
Yeah.
Like she cuts him in half so hard she cuts the fucking horse in half.
I know, it gets weirdly anime out of nowhere. She
Yeah.
just grabs the Koloss sword
Yeah.
and fucking like dices him.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
in the, like the way that like Brandon Sanderson does such a good job of describing the action, and I'm reading it and I'm just like walking. I'm taking like Wagyu on like an extra mile long lap.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, Vin's slicing bitches up right now. She has no moral, like no like moral, like it's not
Code.
a gray spot for her to kill Colossus.
Yeah.
She like, kills like a bunch of humans when like Set moves into the city, and she's like, aw, and then she's like, I'm gonna kill those blue fuckers.
Yeah.
And like the entire like lead up to that is like, hey, Colossus might be smarter than we realize. It's like kind of
Yeah.
like people being like pigs are as smart as dogs. And then she's like, I don't give a shit. They're tasty.
I don't give a sack of beans about that.
And so really like the ending, I'd say, of Well of Ascension, like makes what is effectively the first 15 hours of it being pretty slow worth it.
Yeah.
Because like it's like a lot of like political, like it's Ellen being annoying, him being like, oh, I don't know, everyone deserves the vote. And then it's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he gets voted out.
Take Clubs' army. Like they're like you're being a fucking idiot. Take Clubs' army, reseed control of the city.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I want Penrod to have it. And it's like Penrod's in Straff's pocket, you fool.
Yeah.
Clubs dies though. That was crazy.
Yeah.
And just like kind of dies like nondescriptly. They're like, hey, Club's arm got cut off. And then he was dead. And then Dachshund dies.
Yeah, they really just throw a couple of guys out at the end.
They throw the two worst guys.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, the guys you haven't really heard from that often. And then Marsh is gone for like the entire book, and then Marsh, like it's like in the beginning of the book starts with Marsh and Sazed at the conventicle of Saren, and they're like talking about like whether or not they should be like leading, and like they're looking for like Sazed finds the rubbing, and like a lot of the book revolves around like Quan's rubbing and Sazed and Tingewool like breaking it down, and then it's revealed at the end that like Marsh is like lost his mind as a fucking Inquisitor. Now the Inquisitors are the bad guy again, and the Inquisitors are getting stronger because they have pewter nails in their hearts.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Good shit. Book 3's very good. It's a really good trilogy.
I'm very excited.
The Marsh shit's very good. It gets really dark, and it gets like...
Him trying to pull out his back spike whenever he regains sanity is really cool.
Yeah, that's very cool. It gets really like... I had the same vibe when Ellen got stabbed, and I was like, Ellen may just die. Like, I didn't think Kelsier would die. I don't think Ellen will die. He may die.
Yeah.
The third book, the whole time, you're like, how are we going to get out of this one, gang? Like, things are looking mighty bad.
That's how I felt about, like, the entirety of, like, the build-up, like, when Straff pulls his armies out. And I'm like, My entire thought was like, okay, cool. We're gonna, in the third book, we'll take the city back from Straff. And then he just gets bisected.
Yeah.
Because, like, they're like, he's, like, figuring out, like, what drug cocktail he needs. Like, that woman's
so
got
cool. I
like,
forgot
addicted
about that,
to heroin. And he's like, I'm actually figuring out that heroin's kind of dope.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, fuck, this guy's getting stronger.
Yeah.
And then he's just gone.
Yeah. I know Straff does get just, like, solved.
Yeah.
But, like, the third book is really good. It's got a lot of really big moments. I really like Set. Set's a weird, cool, like, just blunt American dude.
Oh, super American. Like, he's got a beard, and he's like, I love Vin being like doing the fucking bit of like pushing him out of his wheelchair and being like, get up.
Yeah.
I know you're lying. And then everyone's like,
Yeah, everyone's like, this is tough.
It's I don't know if you ever watched Big Mouth, but like Andrew, like one of the main characters from Big Mouth, like
I've seen it. I don't know what you're referring to though.
he's like one of the main characters from Big Mouth. He thinks that like the handicapped kid is like fucking his girlfriend, so he kicks her out, kicks him out of the like the wheelchair. And he's like, "Get up! I know you can walk." And everyone's like,
yeah. But nice. I'm glad you're liking it. It's so hype. I told you it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, you covered a lot. I have little to say.
It was a very fun book.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for the third one. And me and Amos were talking about it. He said that Brando Sando is taking a break from another one of his series to write 3 more Mistborn, like another Mistborn trilogy.
Yeah.
Which, knowing him, will be done in 3 years.
Yeah.
When's your Brando Sando con?
December.
Okay. Crazy.
Yeah.
Tell him I say hi.
I will.
Okay.
I'll say you specifically.
Gotcha. Do you have a flashback?
Nope.
That brings us to our favorite segment of the podcast, Love Letters, ladies and gentlemen, where me and Danny take a question from our live adoring audience. We got about 60 people hanging out right now, so if you want to get the podcast 2 days early or ask me, Danny, a question that we answer here live on the pod, you can become a member over on Patreon. I know we've said that we could be YouTube members for a long time here, but because me and Danny have started to do reaction series, we recommend that you guys become members on Patreon. We have made our Patreon free for a month. So anybody who wants to shift over there and get a free month of Patreon, you're more than willing to do so. All of our content, the second that you become a Patreon member nowadays, will become immediately available to you. So any of the games me and Danny played, we've played Fortnite, we played Helldivers, we played Chained Together, and now me and Danny are reacting to movies like Cyber Chase for Scooby Doo, what we're currently cosplayed as. So the Patreon is free for this month to make up for all the people who are YouTube members who might have paid for a membership, and we don't want them to have to double dip. So become a member over on Patreon so you can hang out with us live, get the podcast 2 days early, and get 2 hours of additional Nick and Danny time every single month. Jackson C asks, what anime tropes do you want added to the Scooby Doo world?
Do you have an answer?
Absolutely.
Yeah, what?
Isekai.
Okay.
I want the mystery van to accidentally roll over the entire like mystery squad because they're gonna hit my truck-kun. It might as well be the mystery van.
Fred just forgot the parking brake.
And and they're just like, oh, if it wasn't for you meddling kids, and they're like, what is that on the horizon? It's just the van hurtling towards them at 80. And then it's the mystery gang in some mystical little world solving mystery.
That's so smart.
Yep.
That's so smart. I'd love if they all get isekai'd into some fantasy realm and all of them are there except Fred, and Velma's just like, Jinkies, what happened to Fred? And it cuts back and the tire is just like on his head. And he's just like, oh God.
Are the rest of them dead? How did I survive?
He's just like absolutely crumbled, like all of his bones are broken.
Finish the job. I know where they are.
Yeah.
I also love the idea of them being in a world filled with like fantasy monsters, and they're being like, like Zoinks, he's right there, and he's like, that's my mother. What? Like, don't point at my orc mother, you racist.
Like they're all pigmen.
The tar people, the tar monster, but
No, I know. I'm just waiting for you to do a joke about it.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm bad. I'm worse at Scooby than you are.
You panicked.
Trying.
You just said the tar monster.
I tried to be like tar people.
Yeah. I like it. He's like, it's the tar monster. And they're like, actually, we're all tar men in this world. And he's like, what?
Those goddamn stick skins.
He's just like, Raggy, we gotta get out of here.
Raggy, we gotta find the van. we gotta. Raggy, run me right back over. Run me over. Run me right back over right now.
Bashing his head against like a bar counter.
I can't be here. I'm dropping the accent.
Freaking out. Yeah.
All right, what trope do you want to see?
I was gonna say like fake out deaths. I think would be funny.
That'd be pretty good.
If like every episode Shaggy's getting like harpooned by something. It's like I don't know if I'm gonna make it, guys. And eventually Velma's just like, you always make it, Shaggy, relax.
She's like pulling it out. She's like, you're gonna eat a sandwich, the hole's gonna regrow, you're fine.
Yeah. You're a fucking hell god, Shaggy.
Yeah.
We don't know what you are.
I've seen you go UI, you're gonna survive this.
Yeah, what other tropes are there?
Fan service.
I was gonna say fan service,
Just
but
Velma dropping her glasses and just like her like turtleneck just showing like massive tits.
that's just the Scooby Doo live action movies with
that's-
hot Velma.
And my God, did it work, Dan?
Yeah, boy, did it not work actually.
Those movies are cult
They
classics.
only made 2.
Yeah, and they were cult because the second one's
so.
objectively.
You remember the one where Shaggy goes into like Velma's body or whatever, and he's like, "Ooh, I'm hot."
Fred
Velma.
goes into Fred goes into Daphne's body, and then I think he proceeds to get undressed in front of a mirror. If I remember correctly, he's like, I'm gonna see these tits. And boy, oh boy, I think he does.
He's like, "You'll have to kill me before you stop me from seeing
I
these."
think I'm going back to Fred. I'm flicking my bean.
Wasn't he like talking to someone too? He was like, "Oh my God, I'm Daphne. I can look at myself naked."
Yeah, that's
Like,
what it is.
I'd love if they swap bodies and she's just like, "Hey, I'm not. If Fred's on this team, I'm not. I'm no
Guys,
longer
I know
comfortable."
we don't have an HR, but
And Shaggy's just like, what do you mean? It's Scoob. And she's like, I'm very serious right now. I'm going to sue all of you if you don't listen to me.
you see HR files in like his sandwich he's about to eat.
She's pouring ketchup on it.
She's like, guys, this is an issue we've been ignoring for a long time.
We've been ignoring the allegations against Fred for way too long.
We let him drive.
We don't even validate. We don't even confirm that he's going to Mysteries. The other day, he just went to some guy's house and beat the shit out of him, and he hasn't told us why. Said he was spooking carnival workers.
Guys, Fred has caught 300 people in traps accidentally. We have so many lawsuits.
I saw Fred latching a shotgun to a bear trap the other day. These are working class people just trying to spook people out of a carnival. Right? I don't think that's worth going to prison for. It's a bear trap with a shotgun, Scoop.
I love the idea of Fred's traps just getting slowly more dangerous. He's like, it's a net, and Jackie's like, it's made of barbed wire.
It's like, what about the other day? He made a double-decker sandwich with buzzsaws in it.
Yeah.
That's it. What's the trap, Fred? He takes a bite and it traps him. It doesn't trap him.
He lost half his goddamn face.
Dude's just like on the ground, like trying to put his entrails back in. Trapped him. No, you didn't.
And they're trying to pull his face off. They're just like,
Fred's just like, it's
a skeleton.
oh, Fred. I saved you from the school.
I love
He wasn't even dressed like a monster.
I love just like 3 of them being like, yay, and Velma being like, holy shit, we killed a guy.
Fred, that was Senator DeSantos.
Net
Why'd
positive.
you tear his face off?
Oh. All right, well, that's all we got, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching our Halloween special. We've been Otakus Anonymous. We love you guys so much. Check in next week for more Daima.
Yeah.
And more Orb and more Blue Lock.
Shows.
We were all so excited about this season, and yet here we are. I've been Nick.
I've been Deborah, Scooby Deborah.
Scooby Deborah. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Mwah.
And now for my next number, I'd like to return to the classics.